Hello, welcome. I am Marie Diamond, and we are here today for the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs Conference. This is an amazing connection with 49 authors. Together, we are in the book The Global Conscious Entrepreneurs, and we have actually today all the authors speaking for you to connect and share their story. And I will ask them a question. So I'm very happy with that we have found a way to bring all this energy together. And we want to first put an intention out. So I just want to invite you to just take a deep breath in. And we all have busy lives and we kind of want to focus our energy right now. So take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. And just even if you want, you can close your eyes and just sink as you breathe in and out into your heart space. And as you sink into that heart space, we connect with everyone that is globally here present today, live or later on, listening and watching our Global Conscious Entrepreneurs Conference. Just connecting with your heart with all the entrepreneurs and all the people listening and everyone that is here together to uplift the consciousness of humanity. These 49 entrepreneurs that are changing the world through their business with their products and services in a conscious, heartfelt way, we welcome them. But we also welcome all of you from our heart. As we know, energetically, we are one. We're creating a beautiful energy field right now, knowing that every question we ask, every answer we hear is going to create a ripple effect of conscious good energy towards humanity, towards the planet. And I'm super excited that we are here together energetically, supporting each other to become better human beings, to uplift humanity with our messages. And everyone that is listening, watching, take with you something that touches your heart and share that. And share the work of these amazing authors. Share the energy, share the love. And take a deep breath in and out. And you can open your eyes again and focus on the here and now. Like I shared, I was myself in, I think, one of the most successful compilation books in the world called The Secret. I was the only European person in that book, The Secret, and the movie. And so a few months ago, I was in meditation. I received that I have to pass this forward, pass this on, and creating what we call a global conscious movement. And I received I need to do that with entrepreneurs, business people, business leaders. And it was a bit surprising for myself, but I never see myself really as an entrepreneur, but as a teacher. But of course, I also have a business that I'm leading. And I thought, like, you know what? It's true. When we look at the entrepreneurs of today, they are the ones that really have to master their mindset. They have to all the time bring forward their energy through their products and services. And in the last, I would say, 10 years, and especially after the COVID time, entrepreneurs became more conscious how they need to contribute to their clients with more heartfelt energy, and how they themselves have to develop them, become more conscious about their mindset. And many in the last 10 years that were the healers and the teachers and the speakers and the ones that had conscious experiences started embracing also business to express themselves and to share their work with the world. So I feel like the conscious world and the entrepreneurial world has reached out to each other. And this is what we started the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs. And I first thought this is a book. And I want to reach out to people that I want to help them to go to the next level. And there are people from so many countries that are part of our conference today and also of the book. And so the book is the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs. Yeah. 49 entrepreneurs changing the world, and all their pictures are here. And of course, all their co-author names are in the book. And the stories are just so beautiful. They have touched me very deeply. I learned so much from each one of them. And many of them are perhaps not known to you, but they are known in their own field. They are successful in their own field. But together, we came together in a heartfelt community. And in this conference, I'm going to ask them questions. And we will bring several, I would say, entrepreneurs together that will then be answering the questions. And then we will have a panel so that we can continue this global conscious conversation. I'm very honored that I also found an amazing partner to make this happen. And that was Lily Patrashku. And if Lily can come in, that would be amazing. Welcome, Lily.
Hi, everyone.
So Lily and I know each other for quite some while. And it was really interesting because we reconnected and I shared that I had this amazing story that I wanted to work with. And so Lily and I just, connected so well with each other. For the people that know feng shui, we have the same energy number. So, of course, that is a basic for great success and great impact. And I want to just make more impact. And Lily is somebody that also is focusing on excellence and impact. So, Lily, how was it for you to start this Global Conscious Entrepreneurs journey?
So thank you so much, Marie, for inviting me. It's a pleasure to collaborate with you on this amazing project that is becoming a movement for inspiring entrepreneurs worldwide to be more conscious in their business and to have a bigger impact. Now, I create books that transform the world and also brands that are magnetic and that help entrepreneurs to attract more business. And I started out by coming to London with 100 euros in my pocket and 2 suitcases full of hopes and dreams. And 8 years later, I discovered that it was my time now to leave a legacy, to do something different. I wasn't sure what that was. And that's when I published my first book. And it was that book that enabled me to become magnetic for opportunities, for people, for courses, for meeting incredible people such as yourself, Marie. And that's why we are here today. That's why we're collaborating now to impact even more people. And that's why my mission now is to impact 100 million people to be happier, to go after what they want, to share their stories, and to create wealth through books, online courses, and workshops that transform the world.
Well, thank you so much, Lily. And it's been a pleasure to work with you and with all our co-authors. And I'm excited to ask the questions and to each co-author for them to share their message, to also teach all the people that are listening and watching, some of their tools, some of their insights that they had. And at the same time, we will see each other again on the panels so that we together will lead to panels. So thank you so much for being part of our platform here today and our journey. And one of the things that I really understood, that it's about when you want to become successful in life, that you need to be conscious of everything that is in you and that is around you and of the people that you meet. And you also need to be generous of your vibration, generous of your energy. And I think entrepreneurs are very much, and especially successful entrepreneurs, know how important it is to be generous in giving and receiving also towards themselves the value that they have been put out in the world. And I would say since the last 10 years, more and more entrepreneurs have embraced the conscious journey where they focus more on their intuition, where they are more connected in with meditation or prayer, so that they can see that the left and the right brain comes together. So there's an openness to creativity, and also through what they receive. And I do believe entrepreneurs in themselves already have that connection to come up with an idea to start a business. I'm not saying that they are always conscious about it, but what if they can be conscious about it? Their business would even thrive more. And I worked over the last 30 years with many very successful business people, multimillionaires, billionaires. And when I work with them, I already see they have a conscious connection. They just were not paying attention to it. And they were listening to their dreams. They were listening to this aha moments, to what their gut feeling was saying. But once you can become more in tune with that, then indeed their businesses were thriving. And so our 49 entrepreneurs that will be sharing this information will actually help you to go to the next level in your business, whatever that business is, because they have done themselves the journey of bringing together both their mindsets and their intuition and brought forward a huge success in their life. And I know there's from many different countries, and I'm super excited about that. And the first part that we are going to focus on is the journey of life. That is a title that connects the first beautiful um, authors here in our first part of our event. And so we're going to talk about how they had to go through a journey of life. And some of these journeys, and perhaps you experience that too, are not so easy. There's some challenges. And these challenges, if you can go beyond that and you can go and learn from it, that is what it brings to the other level. And these amazing co-authors that will talk about the journey of life, and I'll ask them a question about it, they have described in the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book, they have shared what they have learned in their journey, and very touching journeys, and that will inspire you, because perhaps you are right now in a time of challenge and that you don't even know, where do I go next, what is my next step? And while I'm feeling stuck, and while I'm feeling perhaps financially in difficulties, or I'm not reaching the clients that I need to find, is there something I need to learn? And that is what they're going to share with you. So first of all, I'm going to bring in Altang Tulka Mandak Ayush, and I'm so excited that she is here with me. You are all the way from the Asian part of the world, and you are also in your beautiful outfit from your tradition, what I love. So, welcome, Altang Tulga. How are you?
Hi, Marie. Hi, Lily. I'm so excited to be here. First of all, let me congratulate you on the release of this wonderful book. In Mongolia, we bless the release of impactful book with milk and long way. May this book bring impact to millions of lives worldwide. Congratulations.
Thank you. Wow, I have goosebumps. This is so, so beautiful. I did not expect that blessing all the way from Mongolia. So I have a question for you. Can you share with us how, through using love and appreciation, you have built a strong impact in your community and beyond?
Yes, I'm a believer that the gratitude is huge power. Imagine to have more flow, more success, more abundance, and still feeling like you are spinning your wheels again and again without results. If that's the case with you, that's a sign that you need to clarify your passions. As a passion test coach, I have had the privilege of helping hundreds of people from around the world to clarify their passions and connect with their life purpose. It is not as simple as it sounds. There is one common element I have noticed so far. The most powerful thing you can do to elevate your business, yourself, is to have clarity around your intentions, around your passions. It's so important because your passions change over time. That's why I offer passion test coaching to help you to identify your most important passions. Passion test is a simple tool, but it's very powerful. It helps you to identify the top 5 most important things in your life, and then a practice to make them a priority in your life. Let me quote Miss Janet Atwood, the author of the Passion Test. Whenever you are faced with a decision, with a choice, with an opportunity, always choose in favor of your passions. Passion Test has transformed already millions of lives worldwide. Tonight, I wouldn't be here without using Passion Test myself. One of my top passions has always been to get connected to the world and do something global. And tonight, I'm one of the 49 proud global conscious entrepreneurs. And I could fulfill my passion from my home office, to be honest, from the kitchen table at my house. And at the moment, I have beautiful office, of course. Last but not least, I'm here to share with you my story, to let all of you know that I'm a busy mom with 5 kids. And if I could transform my life, you can also transform your life using Passion Test. Thank you.
Wow, this is so beautiful. And your story and in the chapter that you wrote in the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs really touched me so deeply. Thank you so much for that. And I will see each other again in the panel. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie. It was an honor.
Thank you. And now I am bringing in Nina Teisler. Hello, Nina. Wonderful.
Hi, Marie.
And so you are known as the German date doctor, right? How can you help women and men to overcome shyness and self-doubt in their love life? Because this is your business and we want to hear all the tips.
Oh, that could take longer than we have. But, you know, being a love and dating coach for now nearly like 25 years, more or less, I've been working with thousands of singles, and I discovered that the shyness and or self-doubt is very often the main cause for not finding a partner. And that's very important. It's not as obvious as we think it may be, because every human being is afraid of rejection or humiliation, but our chances in love are part of that process. And especially women, we often have learned that in the childhood we have to be likable, but this means we should rather be like nice and pretty, but not smart or bold or capable. And on the other hand, we were taught that we have to accomplish, we have to achieve, we have to endeavor, but especially for us women, we may not brag about it. So you may maybe recognize that this is like quite a paradox, yes? And it leads to a lot of confusion inside your mind, like this question, am I good enough? And then of course we try to prove that we are good enough to someone, and we are always doubting ourselves constantly. And very often without even realizing it. And I must tell you, I realized this and I experienced this myself. I saw it in thousands of people, especially in women. We often don't dare to be our best. And we are also afraid of saying no, because we are afraid that we are not liked anymore. But how can you ever say yes if you do not dare to say no when it's necessary? And my own transformation was taking a question literally, which probably many of you have heard like as an accusation in your youth. And I started to really pursue this question. And the question is, who do you think you are? Have you ever heard that? So from there, I used findings from brain and neuroscience, and I have developed a method that is called identity reframing. And it starts with an investigation around that question. Who do I think I am? Who do I think I am in particular situations or around a topic I want to change? And I can tell you, it leads people in really life-changing processes. I'm also just writing a book about it so that more people can use this method. But it starts with asking yourself, who do I think I am in this situation? So my work is mainly not about recipes on like what to write someone or where to go or what to say. It's about gaining self-acceptance, self-worth, self-confidence, and about becoming the best and authentic version of yourself, not something you have learned you have to be so that people may like you, but to give like your commitment to your true self, to the self you are. And this is what brought me into a process of not only finding love, but as well into finding like my purpose and really like getting very, very successful in my coaching practice to give myself this commitment.
Well, thank you so much, Nina. And I can't wait to hear more about it in our panel. And your story in the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book is really will support a lot of people, because it's a beautiful story, and your gifts to the universe and through the universe to the world are amazing. Thank you so much for being part of our platform today. And now we're going to bring in another amazing lady, and that is Snehal. So lovely to have you here. And I have a question for you. You are a global conscious entrepreneur, and your journey is really exquisite. And so I would love to hear, can you share how you were guided to live your inner freedom, and any steps you can share to support our viewers and listeners to live your inner freedom?
Thank you so much, Marie and Lily and everybody on the call. It's an honor and privilege to be sitting amongst you all. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you so much for the question too. As readers will read my chapter, it was quite a difficult one coming here to this place. but how I was guided through sheer circumstance in life to stop and take count of what was going on and not go into the patterns of just denial or avoidance or all the stuff the mind comes up with as usual is like, okay, this isn't happening, this isn't happening. But to take stock and really just sit with what's going on and all the beliefs and all the conditioning coming out. For me, it was one of the proverbial, reach the bottom, you've reached your rock bottom, to then just sit and say, the only way is up and out. And I can't per se say anything to what I did, but I can report to what happened. Is just an awareness, a consciousness rising within to start shifting perspectives. And what I can share with our listeners today is really to have a self-contemplative practice where you check in to say, how aware am I that I'm aware? We just take this so for granted sometimes. And the minute you start just tuning into observing or observation, as many spiritual masters talk about, the witnessing consciousness, is just to observe what's going on without indulging or without activating or reacting to anything. And that was my very first step, is just the rising of awareness within myself. And after that, my transition from corporate career to what I do now was a matter of the calling found me. So for those who are thinking about becoming entrepreneurs or who are entrepreneurs and want to take it up to another level, it really is to tune in, sink into the awareness, and be open enough to get that intuitive, what Marie, you said it in the beginning, is this intuitive relationship you have with the universe and with your own desires and what wants to come through you. All of us are working on what we want, but sometimes we have to allow what wants to come through us and then just, align to that the best I can. I hope that's good. And I definitely feel the love in the room. So thank you all for those who are sharing so many comments. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing, Snehal. And your story in the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book will touch many people. It's really touched me, and I could totally relate with what you're sharing. Sometimes we are focusing on what we want, but we're not enough aligning about what we are here for on this planet. And so I would love to bring in now the other speakers. Yes, welcome. So we have our panel moment. And so what I just love to hear, you all have gone through many challenges. Yeah, and I think some of you really touched on that. I mean, there's so many people right now in their journey as an entrepreneur that feel stuck, feel they are not able to go to the next level, and you all are very successful in your field. What could be like a one thing that you could really share with the people to understand that they could get unstuck, they could go to the next level, they could get back on track to continue their journey? Nina, perhaps we can start with you.
Of course. Like something that really helped me very, very much in the process was Snehal mentioned the intuition, and I realized that intuition does not come to you when you are afraid, when you are in anxiety, when you are intense. Then intuition is not able to guide you. So what I did was really, I was asking myself, well, what is really the worst that can happen? And I realized that the things that I am afraid of, that like, I can handle this. I will not die. I will not have to live under the bridge. And this kind of released a lot of tension. And whenever I realized, like, oh, I think I'm afraid of something, and I think this through, and I realize that it's not really something to be afraid of, I get the best ideas. Like sometimes when I'm stuck with something, I stop working and I go to the spa, I go to the sauna, I go swimming. Like I really get into relaxation, and very often, like everything that seems to be a problem kind of finds a solution nearly like on itself.
Oh, I love that. That's a very good tip. And I can totally relate with that. And it's very important what you said, is that when we're in fear, our intuition cannot speak to us. Yeah?
Yes.
When we relax, we can. So I love that.
Snehal, flirting.
Yes. Snehal, what is your tip to help people?
Could you repeat that, Marie? You broke down a little bit.
Yes, I just want to share, what is your tip to help people to get unstuck in their journey?
Yes, yes. So really echoing what Nina has shared and yourself has shared with intuition stuff. I also found over years of just trying to elevate my next step or to get out of it is really the understanding, and perhaps in the beginning some research and learning around the law of resonance. You know, like what we are feeling and what we're experiencing is really a vibrational state in this energy. It's all about consciousness. So lingering into the intuition is opening up ourselves to exposing ourselves to things that are metaphysical. That would be a step just to get out and above whatever you're feeling. The state is not going to last forever. Right? So to understand that and to embody that and to keep it in your conscious mind, you know, like I love, Marie, when you open the call with saying the left and the right brain come together. And this is where both those things are a deliberate action and a deliberate choice that you must choose to do. Yeah.
Love
that would be my hint.
Wonderful. Altang Tuka, tell me, what is your tip that you can help? You already touched on that in your interview, but perhaps something more you want to share from your experience.
Thank you, Marie. That's a beautiful question. As you know from my story, I have had all my life very successful career as a UN translator and local lawyer, but I've been searching for something. Inside somewhere, I felt some emptiness. And I've been longing for something and didn't know what's that. And my search was complete when I read the book Passion Test, written by Janet Bray Atwood, New York Times bestselling author. It was passion, because passion is our clue to your destiny. And with passion, I could feel my soul has become full. I could find my element to contribute to this wonderful world. And with passion, I have translated this book into Mongolian and launched the book. And today, I'm so proud to be a co-author of this Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book. And I would like to inspire millions of women worldwide. If there are anyone who have paused their favorite career due to the family responsibilities, due to pregnancies, due to young kids, don't give up. Career is not everything. Your passion is everything. With passion, your passion will take you to a place beyond your imagination. That's my message. Thank you.
Thank you. I love that. And it's so true. It's, you know, we as women, and there are a lot of men also on the call, but, you know, as women, we sometimes think we can only do one thing, but you just have to follow your passion. And thank you for reminding us on that. Lily, may I ask what you would answer to that?
Having gone from being an au pair to inspiring thousands of people worldwide on stages worldwide, and also reaching 1 million people in social media and 140,000 people followers, what I've discovered is one common thread. And that is the power of joy to create a magnetic brand for yourself. Now, whether you're flipping burgers or you are an entrepreneur or a very successful entrepreneur, the thing that makes you magnetic is your own joy. So if you can find it within yourself to do things that you love, then you become magnetic, you become more attractive, and you are more open to opportunities when they come to you. Now, opportunities and solutions for everything you desire are there all along. And the question is, how can you be more open-minded to actually see them? They're there. So the opportunity of meeting you, Marie, was an incredible one but I think I would possibly never have managed to grab it, or you wouldn't have been attracted to my own energy if I was this, sad, negative person. And it's all about cultivating that and making sure that every time we are becoming more positive, more friendly, kinder, nicer. And it's really all about being a conscious entrepreneur. How can you, even when you don't have money, how can you start to be kind, to be nice, to be helpful, to do your best, to be excellent? And through that, you're creating this brand message that you are energy, movement, kindness, love, power, influence, even if you have nothing to start with. And you can build on that brand. And through representing that, that's when you attract celebrities such as yourself to endorse all of us entrepreneurs. That's when you can do that, only when you find it within yourself to be joyful, so you can see the positive opportunities that are coming your way, such as being part of the next Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book series.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much. Now we see that energetically, right? We are so vibrant, and that's what you're saying. That could be your joy, could be your passion, whatever you call it, right? It is a radiance, right? Or it is the resonance that we have. And because of that, we are different kind of entrepreneurs. Yeah, because we're not just doing an exchange of products and services with money and value. We actually are putting in that entrepreneurial exchange. Almost, we're putting so much more. It's our passion, it's our love, it's our kindness, it's our energy that we are putting in there. So I think that is just so powerful, and I just want to tell how proud I also am of each one of you, because sometimes we don't share that enough, right? How proud we are for each other, yeah, for the work you already have done, because there are many entrepreneurs out there, but there's not always people that are conscious, and you have even decided, and all the co-authors have decided that even if they're strong in their own field and in their own industry and in their own country, to become global. Yeah, and it is a focus, and that's the focus I had when I started this. That was before social media, and we all have been there before we were connected with each other. I mean, literally 10 years ago, even a few years ago, we couldn't even do this kind of streaming or podcast or coming all together to create a book. That was just not possible. Yeah. So thank you for giving that possibility to be here. And so just one word I would like you to share, like one word that right now you feel in yourself that you are working on, that you are connecting with, that just makes a big difference for yourself. It can be 2 words, but just like something that you feel perhaps it could inspire some other people listening and watching. Sneha, would you like to do that?
So for me, it's trust and faith at the moment. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, and I can see that. It's we all as entrepreneurs, we need to trust and have faith that, but we also take a lot of action, right, to move forward. But still, even if we have done all the action, we still have to have trust and faith. I love that. Nina?
I also will go with two because I find them like equally important. One is joy. Like joy is really the superpower for every, like especially for us women, to attract a partner, to become joyful. And the other one is commitment. Like the commitment to yourself, your goals, your life. That's like these two combined are the superpowers.
Well, I can totally see that for you, right? That is totally you. You're very joyful, but also you're very committed to, and I think that's part of every entrepreneur. They have a vision, they have goals, and successful entrepreneurs, they have to keep committing to what they are focusing on, because if they don't commit, nobody else will commit to their products and services, right? So that's a responsibility we all have ourselves. Yeah. Altang Tuga, what is it for you?
My words would be love and appreciation as in the story. I cannot thank enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have learned so much from this community, and I have so many people to thank. So thank you.
Well, we appreciate you too, and we appreciate everybody that's here. Thank you so much for that. And all the people that are listening and watching, that is amazing. And so, Lily?
For me, the word has to be love and joy, because when you have both, especially self-love, that's when you stand in your power and you can truly create a magnetic brand and become a luxury influencer that makes a bigger difference worldwide.
Wow. I am just so honored for all of you to be here. And I just want to appreciate you for the work you have done, because, you started with an idea, each one of you, right? And that idea, it unfolded, and you put passion on it, you put love on it, you put commitment in it. You just put all these things together and bringing that forward. So as we are finalizing this panel, first panel of our Global Conscious Entrepreneurs Conference, what was it for you to, just very briefly, a few words, to write your chapter and to, because, some of you are really amazing authors already, but what was it for you that went to perhaps the next level by being part of the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs? Snehal, you want to answer that?
Sure, it's quite a deep question actually. But briefly, what took it to another level is literally the collaboration, the energetic field of all of us together contributing. That just took it to another level and made it easier for me to write my chapter. So the supportive collective field that we were in.
I love that. Thank you so much. Altang Tuga, what is it for you?
That's a great question indeed. First of all, I was so worried that I had no story to share with. And after times of attempts, I have come up with a story. And Lily's advice was brilliant, as she told us that magnify your life stories, your moments, magnify yourself. So that helped me a lot. And I'm here brave enough with my story. Our books are released. Thank you, Lily, for your wisdom. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, everyone.
Of course. And Nina?
Well, I'm quite like a well-experienced author already. I've written more than 13 books, I think, meanwhile. And the thing for me was like the challenge was, okay, I have only like that much space. And I realized it is maybe even more easy to write a whole book than to decide what do I focus on if I only have one chapter to impact so many people. And I hope that this worked out. And of course, as well, I was a bit nervous because English is not my mother language. When I speak, I'm fluent. But sitting there writing, I realized that I have like the same demons I had, just on a new level. Like, am I good enough? And then commitment and joy did the deal, I hope.
Thank you so much, ladies, for being on this call. And we're going to go to our next part, where we are going to talk now with our next co-authors about reclaiming your power. And so they have written about that aspect from where they were in their life, how to reclaim that. And so I'm very excited to have Denisa coming in. Hi, Denisa.
Hello, everyone.
All the way from Czechia. Denisa, I'm so excited that you are part of the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs. So as a relationship and intimacy expert, can you share with us how, when following your heart, you can create miracles in your relationships and because of that, reclaim your power?
I loved it, and I love so much to share about it. It's a really strong part of my work for almost 20 years now, helping couples fall back in love together. And my personal estimate is that about 80% relationships which break apart could be perfectly together if they knew how. And you said about how to open your heart, right? And this is what happens when we are in a relationship and we are hurting. We tend to close our heart. We just try to protect ourselves that we stop feeling. And this is actually when the intimacy dies off, our sexuality dies, the connection between the two dies. And so the way back to the relationship with your open heart, it's actually not in your thoughts. Sometimes people think, oh, we will figure this out, or we will communicate this through. And of course, communication is really important, but there is so much more in our bodies and in our hearts. And it really forces us to start feeling again. And as we start feeling again, what usually comes up is all the pain that we tried to suppress. But actually, the way back to love, the way back to passion is to allow yourself to go through the pain one more time, to allow yourself to be vulnerable, to actually expose yourself to your partner in your vulnerability. And this is how you can reconnect. And it's not just about couples, it's also just allowing yourself to be vulnerable inside yourself, to connect with that tender part in yourself which is hurting or is afraid, and to love yourself in that vulnerable moment, to be really compassionate and tender with yourself. And regarding relationships, we can never look at just one part. Like we can never look at how to improve sex only, or how to improve communication only. We need to see it as a puzzle, because sex is part of communication, is part of emotions and how we express them or suppress them. And we need to bring all the puzzles together, so that, for example, by expressing your feelings, we make our sexuality more alive. And I really, for everyone who is struggling in their relationship, I want to empower everyone to just really put 100% in that relationship. Try to do your best to recreate it, because even if you feel kind of it's dead, there is so much more you can do.
Thank you so much, Denisa. And your advice is definitely helping men and women to reclaim their power. And I totally agree with all the wonderful advice you have given. It has helped me for staying in my marriage and being so still in love with my husband for 33 years. Thank you for sharing that. And now we're going to bring in Shanine Dion. Hello, welcome. And so happy you are here. And you're also a co-author of the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book that we have here. And so I have a question for you, because your story is very profound. The power of forgiveness as a tool to find yourself. That is so beautiful. But can you share through your story briefly where you started and how women and men can start on their own journey?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful to be here today and speak on forgiveness. So, yes, my journey started a while back, and I had to learn, I had to go through a lot to get to the place to actually really forgive. And I realized it was more than just simply saying, you know, I forgive you. It was in an energy, and I was carrying it with me throughout the years and carrying all these obscurations from fight or flight response, and I wasn't letting go, and it was just heavy. And there was a point as a doula, a birth doula, and also I've sat with individuals as they were transitioning. And just tell you a really brief story, but there was a woman I was working with, and she had cancer, and she was actually in her final hours of living, and someone had upset her. I had left, and I came back, and she was very, very upset. She could barely speak, but she was upset, and she said someone had texted her, and she was just angry, and I realized, and through my studies, how forgiveness, when we don't forgive, it is a disease. It causes disease. It's like poison. And would you drink poison, right? So to be with her was, and at that moment, to help her be able to let go and release all of that energy was very, was very emotional. But it made me see that we carry so much in our energy bodies, and so many people can really benefit from this, because it's poison to our body, anger, all of these. So with Tantra, I practice Tantra, and women can benefit as well as men. Anyone can benefit from this. But what it does is it takes the root poisons and we provide an antidote to that. And so just like I said, you wouldn't drink poison, but if you think about it, when your words, your thoughts, that's similar to like drinking poison, because it causes disease and disharmony in the body, the mind, and the spirit.
So thank you so much. And yeah, forgiveness is a really big part of my journey. And your story in the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs is touching people very much when they are reading it. So thank you for this. And I see you back in the panel. And we bring in now Harriet Brad. Hello, Harriet. Lovely to have you here. And I have a question for you. So please share how you find the courage to create an amazing speaking business as a woman in a man-dominated speaking industry, because you definitely reclaimed your power. And what can you give as a tip for women to speak up in their family and their business? Just hold on. Just hold on. We don't hear you.
Am I good?
Yes.
Tip number 1, check your mic works. I think to start with, my journey absolutely involved ignorance on fire. But seriously, how many of you have been impacted by a speaker? I've already taken so much value listening to these ladies here today. The passion test. There is so much value in what people are sharing. And for me, It was in 2016 that I entered into the personal development world and therefore found some incredible speakers that had a huge impact on my journey. At that point, it was probably about 70% male professional speakers and 30% female professional speakers. As I would walk into multi-speaker events, I would see billboards and posters of male after male after male after male. And I think, where are all the women? So it wasn't so much that I was challenged by it being a male-dominated industry. It was more that I was driven by desire, and write that down, everybody, driven by desire to support more women in becoming world-class speakers. And actually, for me, the biggest challenge was becoming confident and comfortable to deliver from stage. Even more than that, to be effective and powerful delivering from stage. It's one thing to have a message. It is a whole nother story to deliver that message in a way that truly impacts and serves the audience that you're speaking to. In fact, I remember the first time that I spoke, standing on stage, the words are coming out, but in my mind, all I'm thinking is, can they see how much my knees are shaking? I needed an inner shift. I always say that any communication starts from within. Are you speaking to yourself in a way that takes you towards your desires or keeps you stuck? And there is a huge tip. Take note of that. Be aware of your self-talk. So in time, doing that, going from warrior to warrior, but also understanding the skills, the strategies, the techniques that support you delivering your message in an effective and heart-centered way. I started to see that it wasn't just about confidence. I see amazing coaches, speakers, leaders that have such incredible content, but they weren't delivering it in a way that the audience were truly paying attention, and even more than that, taking action after they had heard you speak. And that's exactly why I developed the World Class Speaker Circle, trainings, a membership, my upcoming book that focuses on the 5 pillars of public speaking and allows a supportive environment for you to truly understand how to impact any audience from live and virtual stages. Just like the 49 conscious entrepreneurs on this amazing summit and in our incredible book, everybody has a message to share. You have a warrior within you. Connect to that warrior and speak up, sharing your truth.
Thank you so much, Harriet, for your strength and power. And we'll see you again in the panel. And now we have a lovely Patricia White coming in. So hi, Trisha. I'm so excited you are here. So can you share the simple process you used to get out of a very abusive marriage and to reclaim your power, and that led you to become a very successful coach for others?
Thank you so much, Marie, for this opportunity. I'm just so grateful, so grateful. And to the viewers, this is what I want to ask you. Have you ever felt like you have been in a deep hole and not able to see out? This is what abuse can feel like. And this is why I am here today to share the simple steps I use to go from abusive situation to being a success, abundance, and feng shui coach. For the last 10 years and more, I have been a success, abundance, and feng shui coach. I have been a Diamond Life coach with Marie. I've also had my personal experience training and also personal mentoring from Marie to create these 3 steps that not only benefited me, but they benefited all of my 250 plus clients. It works for everyone. So these are my three simple steps. The first step is a double A step for you to remember. Double A. Ask for help. Ask God, the universe, your higher power for help. Because in many cases, all of us, maybe we don't want to share it with a family member or a friend. Maybe we feel, like we're in a space of confusion, frustration. Just ask your higher power, God, the universe, because God, the universe, and the higher power works it all out. And it doesn't matter time. Time is not even relevant to your higher power, the universe, and God. The second part of 1 is act. Act on what you're given. Act. And be quick when you act. Step 2 is to become successful. Know you. Know who you are. Know what you want in your life. See, this is the step that gets lost in many cases in abuse, because it's like we forget who we are. It's maybe taken from us, or maybe it's maybe we give it away. We give away who we are. So knowing you is the second step to becoming successful. Step number 3, to achieve abundance, write. Write what you know. When you learn about yourself, write about it. For me, it's been many years. It's been many years. And I still write. I write everything I want in my life. I write everything I know about myself. I'm either journaling or I'm writing a goal. And that is the key to my abundance and my success, which have attracted me to Diamond Feng Shui and Diamond Dowsing and Marie. Without these 3 steps, I would not have probably come in contact with Diamond Dowsing and Diamond Feng Shui or Marie. And the universe works so beautifully. When you ask for help, it brings that help to you. And there is no space in time. There is no space in time. So those are my 3 easy steps. Everyone can do those steps, I know.
Well, thank you so much, Patricia, for doing the steps so we were able to be here today in time and space. Thank you very much. And now I would love to bring in both Denisa, Shannon, and Harriet, and if Lily is also around, to come in. Amazing. Thank you. Wonderful. So you all have reclaimed your power. Yeah. And I know it hasn't been an easy journey, because that is what you have written about in the book, The Global Conscious Entrepreneurs, and giving the advice. Now, there's so many women right now that are, there are so many women right now that are feeling powerless. Yeah. They feel they cannot really go to the next level. They're perhaps in still an abusive marriage. Perhaps they are, in a relationship that is not loving. And it's not just women, of course, all men. Or perhaps they are still so full of holding on to all the pain and their trauma, and they just can't find the joy that they are in. So, can you share with me like one um, insight? I know some of you shared it, but like one insight lately that you have even received about reclaiming your power and being in your power. Denisa, can I start with you?
Oh, yes. I would like women to focus on one thing. And it's true for improving any kind of relationship and improving your life. And it starts with one question. We need to keep asking ourselves, not, am I doing the right thing, but how do I feel? And I know for most women, the question is, am I doing well? But the correct question, the helpful question is, am I feeling well? And we need to make it the number one priority to feel good in our lives, in our bodies, to feel the best. And in this sense, it's me who is number one. Because when I feel well as mother, as partner, as woman, then actually everyone around me will benefit: my family, my kids, my husband. And so many women, they place others first. And this is not a good choice. We really need to make feeling well, feeling good in our bodies, in our souls, our number one priority. And this is actually the path to experience love in any other relationship as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that powerful insight. Janine, any insight you received yourself to regain or reclaim your power in the last weeks or months?
Yes, yes. I would say the number one thing for women to reclaim their power is to learn how to cultivate more presence and deep awareness. And I say that because there's so much going on, and we live in certain times, and people get, it's so easy to get caught up in everything outside of you. But when you go back within, and I call that space home, the kingdom of heaven to me is when I'm in presence and deep stillness. And that's when, as women, we connect to that womb heart connection. And even if you don't have a womb, that energetic womb is still there. And when we connect to our higher selves. And when we're connected to our higher selves, we love ourselves more. We're healthier, we're happier, we're full of joy and abundance. And we are there for ourselves first. And then therefore we're able to be there for others and connect with others and build communities and strong families, and add more light to the planet. So
thank you so much. And I just want to remind you that we're not just only talking to women entrepreneurs, we're also talking to men entrepreneurs, because I've seen several men watching us here in our live broadcast. Lily, what is your latest insight?
Creating a magnetic image can really help you to reclaim your power. The reason for that is because when you feel attractive first to yourself, you are confident. And when you are confident in yourself, and you appear confident for others. And that's when everyone is attracted to you and your business, and everyone wants to know what you're doing because they want a piece of that as well. So to get that, you can do multiple very simple things. One thing you can do is affirmations. Another thing is you can look at how can you upgrade your brand and your image right now. Maybe it's doing your hair, your nails, do something that makes you feel good. Third, how can you look great on social media? Fourth, how can you publish a book that transforms the world? And in that process, you get clarity on your message and on the colors that you should be wearing everywhere. And fifth, how can you wear those kind of colors that uplift you and make you feel powerful? Because there's certain colors that put you down and don't show that light that you have. And there are others that uplift you, make you feel awesome. So how can you do that so you can feel great all the time?
Thank you so much for sharing. Harriet.
Yes, I'm looking for the reactions to support all these amazing women and their tips. I think for both men and women, first of all, it's really understanding and bringing awareness to your self-talk. So before we think about how we're showing up externally, how are you showing up internally? How are you speaking to yourself, as I mentioned in my talk, in a way that really takes you towards your desires? And in doing that, by standing up, look at this incredible platform of female speakers and men coming up that are shining a light for others to be able to do the same. And then I think it goes even beyond that. Yes. So self-talk is creating that space where you support you. But then we're on the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs Summit. How do we connect into that greater consciousness? How do we receive source talk? And for whatever that might be for you, God, Allah, the universe, etc., etc. But are you creating a space where you're able to tap in, tune into, receive, and then share the greater consciousness? So it starts from within, and then it's having that courage to speak up and share it externally too.
Beautiful. And Patricia, please share what is your latest insight and about reclaiming your power and being your power.
Yes, thank you. So I'm going to speak straight from my heart. The first thought, and I know you presented it as in this moment right now, but I want to take all the viewers back to a place where I was, because that's where I experienced abuse many, many, many years ago. And, from that place, I can speak with great empowerment for others who may still be in this space. And I want to say to each of you, because I couldn't feel, I was absolutely numb, and because it had been years of being in this relationship and experiencing this type of abuse. So, taking that first step of doing my hair, not doing my hair, but having someone do my hair. And you see, I lived in a very small village, and the everybody knew everything about everyone, and the hairdresser, the lady who did everyone's hair in this village, knew what I was dealing with. Everyone in the community knew what I was dealing with because it was so small. And this lady transformed me. I just sat in her chair, and I didn't even, I just didn't even know. I just sat in the chair and I said, help me, like I said, first step, ask for help me. And she said, let's do this. And when I finished in that appointment, I was radiant. And that one step of doing my hair, having my hair done, was the step that empowered me to take more steps. It allowed me to feel the love in me that I have for myself and how beautiful I was and am. But in that moment, it just really empowered me to take that step. So I would say, to answer your question, it is to look within you and do something for yourself. Do something for yourself.
Thank you. So powerful. And we all perhaps know that, but we need to remind ourselves, and especially, people that are entrepreneurs, they are so focused on, what they're bringing to their clients, to their public, that sometimes they forget the hours because they're working so many hours and they're so passionate about it too, that they have to kind of step back and say, what is the one thing that can help me to get into that field? And for me, it's really silence. I need sometimes to just say I am, just going back to myself, sleeping or relaxing, not talking to anyone because I'm always there for other people, just having that moment of silence. So I want to thank you, all of you, to be here. I just want to end with like one or two last words that you want to contribute to the community here present, like something that you would like to give as a last gift. Lily?
2 words would be power and influence, because when you are confident, when you upgrade your image, you will get both.
Love that. Denisa?
Love yourself. Be tender to yourself.
Okay, love that message. Patricia?
Yes, this is the most powerful message I can offer, and that is love yourself. Love yourself.
Beautiful. And Harriet?
Yes, speak up. Speak up firstly in your own mind and be aware of how you're communicating. And then speak up to your communities, to your families, to your friends, and to the universe beyond.
Thank you. Shannon?
Yes, I would say heal thyself. We have mind medicine, sex medicine, energy medicine. Heal the mind, the body, the spirit. And oh yeah, have a really great sex and be more confident.
Okay, thank you very much. And if you can just bring me to Lily and me. Oh, thank you so much, panel. Okay. Hi, Lily. So this is like the moment we would like to invite the people that are watching also live and are perhaps listening and perhaps later on is to go to Amazon and get the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs, where you read the amazing stories. And these are more than 280 pages. And this is really, you can read through the book, but you can literally, I always love to do that. Ask a question and open it up and see what is the chapter I need to read. So apparently, I just opened "Looking for the Light" by Sarah Preston Hessler. So that will be my chapter for today. And so, what you can contribute to the world is amazing, but you need to stay being inspired. So this is like your book to have next to your nightstand or even on your desk in the morning to read something that inspires you and to become a better conscious entrepreneur. So it could be your evening moment, but it can also be your morning moment to be inspired by these amazing men and women.
Yes. So what's really amazing about this book, Global Conscious Entrepreneurs, is that it is filled with heartwarming stories that will literally transform your life. And you'll get so inspired, so motivated, and you'll be full of love. And you'll also get an understanding of the fact that you don't have to just go after the money. When you become a conscious entrepreneur, it's possible to do both. It's possible to create wealth and at the same time contribute to society in a massive way. And the more we do that, the bigger impact we create. And the more abundance and love we create, the more peace and the more of what we truly desire is going to be there. So I invite all of you to go to Amazon. You can also go to mariediamond.com/GCE, because that's where all the Amazon links are. And you can click on this link, mariediamond.com/GCE, and click on the link that is respective to your country and purchase the book right now and get ready to be super inspired and motivated.
Thank you so much. And of course, it is available on Kindle and also on paperback through Amazon. And we're going to just close off this episode. We're going to start in literally 5 more minutes with a new group of co-authors. But I also would like to, so thank you for being in this episode. And I just want to share a few of our comments and so much wisdom shared. Thank you to my fellow co-authors. I am lifted up. Somebody else is sharing, I can't wait to share this phenomenal book with others. So yes, it would be a great thing that you would take the book and buy another book, right? To give perhaps to your business partner. Perhaps you want to buy a few of these to share with your team. Yeah, because that's very powerful. So they're all feeling uplifted. Perhaps you are in a mastermind group and you want to share the book with your mastermind. Of course, you want to, when you're reading it, take a picture and post it on your social media. And I know we have really created a beautiful community of authors. And I have read the book now a few times as I'm helping with editing. And I was just so touched by the stories. And so please share that. Yeah. And I'm just looking at some of the other. So somebody sharing, I'm deeply grateful that you share your insights, powerful and very touching. Yeah. So we are so blessed that we have attracted very conscious entrepreneurs. And so Lily, we're going to bring in the new authors in a few minutes, but anything else that you would like to share?
One thing that I would like to share about this book is that it's literally a one in a lifetime opportunity to be part of our next book as well. If you are interested to be one of the future entrepreneurs that are listed in the next book, Global Conscious Entrepreneurs, 49 Entrepreneurs Leading the World. And what's so amazing about this book is that Marie Diamond and her company, Marie Diamond Publishing, created this incredible project in order to inspire more women and men around the world to contribute to the world and to make a bigger impact, and through that to increase their impact and influence and create more wealth. And what I've discovered by reading this book, the current one, is that there are so many tips about how to attract more success, more abundance, more flow, more health. And the reality is that whether you are whether you have a really massive business or a small business, it doesn't matter. There are tips that you can implement right now. Some of them really small tips that will make a massive difference in your business. And this book is going to make a literally life-changing difference to your business and to your life, including your love life as well. So you need to grab it right now while it's available on Amazon. You can go to mariediamond.com/GCE to purchase the book. And if you want to go if you participate in the next book project, you can go to mariediamond.com/book program to find out more information about how you too can be featured in this amazing book.
Thank you so much, Lily. And I know we are in break right now. So for the people that are listening on the call, we're starting literally in a few minutes again. But I think, Lily, you are asked on the back end to do some solutions there. So if we let you go for a moment. And yeah, I have to be honest, it's been such a beautiful journey, just starting with an idea, right? And I think as entrepreneurs, we all just start with an idea. And when we are following that idea and committing to that idea and starting taking action towards that idea, that is what then unfolds. And we literally have this book created in 3 months' time. So this is how fast, and I loved what one of our co-authors, Patricia, was saying, ask for help, and but also act, and when you need to act quickly. Yeah, because that is part of it. It's like, I love that about entrepreneurs. They're so dynamic. Yeah, and they are taking very quick actions. And so we just have an idea. We don't wait for a long time. We are dynamic in our energy. We are with the flow. And in that flow, we're actually moving forward with, bringing our products and services to the world. So entrepreneurs have really gotten how, the law of attraction works. Yeah. So they have an idea, they attract that idea into their field, literally. And from there, they are actually sharing that idea in the world around them. But they do that by quick action. Yeah, because the word attraction has the word action in it. And I do believe that that's why the law of attraction has gone so fast over the world, is that we entrepreneurs, we really are using the law of attraction in a good way. Yeah. So we're ready to start our next episode, and we are going to let me just make sure, look at what we need to talk about. And our next episode is literally about following your intuition. And we have amazing speakers here. And I will first would love to have Pandora coming in.
Hello.
Hello, Pandora. Lovely to have you here. And we have a beautiful question for you. What is spiritual success for you? And share briefly your plan to manifest what you wish in your life. You have a couple of minutes for that.
Thank you. Well, I believe that spiritual success is to realize that it's okay to live the life of your dreams. So I believe that a lot of us, we grow up and we don't give ourselves permission to do that. Mm-hmm. We think, oh, we act as recorders. We record things that happen around us, situations, people in our life, what our parents did maybe, and we take those and we grow up and we're still living out some of their ideas. And we continue to do this until we stop and we really open our eyes and see what kind of life we're creating versus what we could be creating. So this opportunity of something more rather than something mundane or something that isn't really ours, that we didn't even want to create. We stumble, we just keep stumbling. So I do think if we don't stop and open our eyes and look for more, then we will stuck in that recorder. But I think one way to get out of this recording is to make yourself a plan. So giving yourself maybe 7 steps, you could live the law. So one of those might be to first make yourself a plan. Obviously, what do I want to do? How am I going to get there? Prepare yourself for success. 3 would be very, very consistently continue to do the steps. Listen to feedback, those around you. Stay focused on your goals and your dreams. And 6, surround yourself with positivity and keep going. So I think it's very important that we affirm, we declare, and we deserve. So all of those have to continue because life is going to come up and we're going to have challenges, but we need to continue to keep pushing forward. So I think often we talk about, oh, it's okay to fail, it's okay to stumble, and it is okay to stumble and to fail. But I feel like we're not always told it's okay to live our dreams. We're not taught that in school. We're not taught to go beyond what we think our potential is. So I didn't really realize that because no one told me. I found my way to it. But like I said, I thought you have to work 40 hours and be miserable and all of your energy has to be working. But we do have the ability to change our lives and the lives of others. So we have so many tools these days that we can use, and we can have spiritual tools. We have also energy tools that we can use, ways of course, you're the master of Feng Shui to create our energy field and move the things around in our homes that change our lives, and also realize that we're 3-dimensional. So sometimes we close our eyes and if we think about our body, we almost see it as a piece of paper, right? And we forget that we are 3-dimensional beings, and we have if you close your eyes and think of your body, we're round. We're not just this little piece of paper. So there's so many levels of this, but for me, I went from a 9-to-5 working 3 jobs to traveling the world and creating all of my dreams into reality. And everybody's path isn't going to be exactly the same. But the way we need to realize is to keep that plan and understand that our dreams can be a reality.
Okay, thank you. So thank you so much for sharing this. And I'm looking forward to see on the panel. And I love the fact that you said we need to also deserve it, right? We need to be open, and that we are learning also to accept that we can dream, right? And big. So that is amazing. So now we are bringing in Christopher. Lovely to have you here, Christopher. I'm happy you're part of the co-authors. So can you explain how you as a psychic medium help people and how everyone can connect more with the guidance in them and in the other realms?
So for one thing is that as a psychic medium, I connect with the other side, which is our true home, I believe is our true home. And it allows me to tap into energy from their loved ones, their own charts, which is called the Akashic Records, and things that they have planned into this life. And this allows me to help people with grief and kind of put them on their life path in an easier way. A lot of the time, one thing that I did hear from somebody else is like, as psychic mediums, kind of like a gas station, and people have their roadmaps already planned out, but we have to question everything, and we may get lost, and there's bumps in the road. So people stop at these gas stations to ask for directions. So psychic mediums are like gas stations. They are to help guide people, help people, and push them in the direction that they're supposed to be in, to help them connect and kind of cherish the moments around themselves. And of course, the medium part, mostly of what I love to do is connect with the loved ones on the other side to help people through sorrow, grief, and allow them to understand that once someone passes, they're always around us, always loving us and helping us heal and move forward from the other side. And that involves angels and, of course, like I said, their loved ones and God and whatnot too. So I really love that part. And a way for people to connect is, well, me doing it my whole entire life. People ask me that a lot, and I really never could understand how I even did it. It's really a surprise to me. But my spirit guide, Anna, has explained to me that if I told someone to relax and not worry about the physical world stuff that goes on, and kind of just quiet their mind a little bit and just start asking questions, they will be guided from their loved ones or their own spirit guide from the other side. So it's pretty much not to have fear, be quiet, and listen. Will allow them to be connected to the other side.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Christopher. And I know we will have a wonderful conversation in the panel about following your intuition. And you definitely followed your intuition to bring you to a conscious entrepreneur level, bringing spirituality and business together. What is, of course, in the, I would say, perhaps not challenging, but guided for you to be there. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to have Renata coming in. Hello, Renata.
Hello, Marie.
Wonderful to have you here. So I have a question. Can you share how your process of holy cleaning can bring your inner peace and gives you guidance to fulfill your purpose?
Thank you, Marie, for your invitation. First of all, I'm very happy to be your guest tonight. Now, let me tell you a little about my work. For more than 30 years, hundreds of people, mostly women, because I have a practice for women's health in Germany, who have lost their beloved ones to death, have come to me. And as you can imagine, these women come to me with great sadness. They often feel completely lost in the world, and sometimes they are very angry. In very pragmatic way, they feel completely helpless and left alone. I have an example. I remember a woman came to me, her husband died suddenly. She had no idea where the documents for the tax were, and she didn't know the safe code. Now, let me explain what my job is. Neuroscience has proven that we have an area in the brain similar to the sonar of the dolphins and the whales. And with this, we are able to reach the next level of frequencies and make a contact with the beloved ones who have passed away. People who come to me book by me a visitation time in heaven. Imagine it like this. At first, we have a conversation to clarify the most important questions. Then the room is already prepared in the right atmosphere. The process begins for the woman with laying down with blinders. These blinders are very important to activate the melatonin release. Then the client meets her guardian angel. So we are always three: the lady, the guardian angel, and me. In the example of this woman, she wanted to meet her husband with her urgent questions. She met him, and her husband was able to tell her everything she was asking for, where the tax documents are, where the code of the safe was, and of course, other very personal things, what was very touching. After this session, the woman was able to find her way back into her life, and she was saved. How did I come to this work? I had 2 near-death experiences in my 20s, and after this, I devoted myself entirely to this subject. Through years of research, I developed a method called Holy Clearing, with which I can connect people from this side to the beyond. In my practice, people can directly communicate with each other, and to Christopher, I'm not a medium. In the journey of these 30 years, I was allowed to make many experiences to see what a great help my work is for the woman. They return to life because they have received answers to their questions. They experience that death as we know it does not exist. Life is eternal. Everyone can book a visiting hours in heaven with me, and women love to do this. Thank you, Marie, for your attention.
Thank you so much, Renata. And I would love to bring in Pandora and Christopher and Lily also, of course. So all of us are using our intuition and for different approaches, but you all three are really using your intuition as a tool in your business. Yeah. So what message could you give to entrepreneurs that are not using their intuition enough? Perhaps Pandora?
Yes, for entrepreneurs who are not using their intuition enough, I would suggest that you affirm.
Can I just ask to stop? There is a background noise. I think one of you has still the YouTube on. You have to make sure the YouTube is not on. Yeah, I know it's live and we have an echo. Yeah. Okay. Echoes are also on your phone. You have one on your phone. Yeah. Okay. All right, then we can continue. Pandora.
Okay. The question was for entrepreneurs who are not intuition, correct?
Yeah, they're not using their intuition enough. What tip can you give them?
The tip I could give, relax, let go. I think sometimes we get in the details of what we see in front of us, and those details aren't always real. So going back into ourselves and seeing that pure space, affirming, declaring, and deserving.
Okay, I love that. Christopher.
How I would tell people to, well, why I would tell people to connect with their intuition is because it's a way to guide, help, and move forward in life. So in a way, when they're listening to their own intuition, they're allowing themselves to kind of gather their own insight from the other side and allowing themselves to kind of push through barriers and breaks and allow themselves to kind of feel out their inner strength in a way from their true soul self. And I believe that the soul self is always the most important thing to listen to when it comes down to the physical world.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Renata.
I would say is follow your feelings, or you're feeling narrow or you feel wide. It's just if you can't follow your intuition, it's a body feeling. To have at first a body feeling, narrow or wide, this everybody can start to feel. I think this would be the beginning to start with, because you before you can trust your intuition. I would like to say this for the beginning.
I love that, because so many people, entrepreneurs, they will say, I feel it in my gut. Yeah, like there's something. So it's almost like body experience, right? So feeling the feelings of your body, how you react to something. It feels open. Yeah, so that's what you say, wide, open, or it feels closed off. Or I feel resistant. Or I feel like I want to open up and move forward. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Exactly. Thank you. Yes.
Lovely. I totally agree with you on that. Lily?
For me, as a personal branding strategist and book publisher, what I've discovered is that I always follow my intuition when I help my clients to find the right message and the right image for themselves. And it's I really follow that so easily. Like it's so easy for me, and that's why I've noticed, for example, while collaborating with you to to support, to market this this conference, or to produce this book. Very little needs to be said so that I really understand what you mean. And it's the same when I'm working with hundreds of other, hand-selected, heart-centered entrepreneurs. Very little needs to be said because I get it, right? And it's about tapping into that power that we all have to follow our intuition, so that we can sink more into what our clients need, so we can help them more to achieve their goals and dreams.
Okay. Thank you for that. And that is so true. And I think, conscious entrepreneurs, like you said, I love the word that you're in sync. I can imagine, Christopher, you're in sync with the higher realms, right? You're receiving that energy. Pandora, you do that through your coaching. Renata, you're in sync with the ladies that come and with the issues that they have. And for you, Lily, this is more towards your branding and your publishing qualities. But I think that's such a beautiful word, to be in sync. So being from that place of being in sync, is there like a one or two words that you would like to share that could that you feel, or that you want to share, like a little short message, that you want to share with the people on the call and our show? Renata, can I start with you? Just very briefly, just a small message.
From my perspective, I can only say, listen to any moment, to each moment. I'm so thankful about my life. And I tell every client, listen to the moment and be thankful. Life is so precious. Thank you.
Thank you. I love that. Christopher, any message that you would like to share?
I would have to say, never think that you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, because there's always a reason for everything. And even if you don't feel like there's a purpose, there always is. So always just feel within your gut, feel within your, your mind, your body, your soul, and you're always gonna be right.
I love that. You're always at the right place at the right time, even if you don't think you are. Yes? Okay. Pandora.
I think it is so vital and important for us to tear down these false walls we've created for ourselves and sometimes trap us, and build our golden gates of glory, because gates can open and close.
I love that. And it's so true. We all, as conscious entrepreneurs, we follow our intuition. But sometimes we need to be reminded, and I hope that this panel gave you the possibility to remind yourself that you need to listen to your intuition, because, or if the intuition comes from within yourself, or it comes from a higher realm or another realm that guides you through angels or spirits or God, the universe, whatever that is for you, that we listen, and we need to take time to listen for that. Yeah. And we always know, but we don't always listen to what we know. Yeah. And once you are working with people that are really living from that consciousness of their soul, of their heart, and then you collaborate together, then there's such a beautiful synchronicity happening. And I know many of you have told me that before I even sent out an email to start in the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs, that they had written down on their vision board they want to be in a book, or that they wanted to work and more collaborative with other people that were consciousness, or that some people have written a goal that they want to be in a global book that would become a bestseller. It was really interesting. It was like we all attracted each other. The idea came in not just through me, but through all of you, because we, of course, are a unified field. So I want to thank you very much for being in this panel, and good luck on your journey as a global conscious entrepreneur.
Thank you.
So we're just going to continue. So Lily, we are a little bit in advance even of our episodes, what is actually amazing. But let's go back to the book that we have, The Global Conscious Entrepreneurs, that is available now on Amazon worldwide. And why is it that people could be inspired by these entrepreneurs that share these powerful stories? Your audio is off, Lily. Yeah.
One important thing that you will discover when you purchase the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book is that it's filled with heartwarming stories of entrepreneurs who are changing the world one step at a time, one idea at a time, one business at a time. And you'll discover entrepreneurs that have gone from zero to hero. They have had these massive stories of transformation, from coming with 100 euros to another country and then making a massive transformation and starting to impact thousands of people worldwide. You'll discover people that have gone from not knowing how to find a date to now being married and happily married. You'll discover people who are now impacting the world and helping people to have more profit, more flow, more abundance, and how tiny changes in your environment can produce interesting results in terms of your money and wealth and abundance situation. And how, for example, even having an obstacle at work, maybe a law case that seems unsolvable, how you can completely transform that by changing different things in your environment. And Marie is the expert in that, and there are multiple feng shui consultants part of this group that also can help you to discover all those little tiny changes that can make a massive difference. You can also discover how a luxury interior designer can transform your house by putting stuff in success directions and based on your energy number that is customized according to your birthday. There's so many things that you can discover. You can also discover how you can have more health and more love and more abundance and more success, and how you can be overall happier and more joyous. And all you have to do is go to mariediamond.com/GCE. You will discover there all the links for Amazon based on your country that is nearer, and So purchase the book right now and get inspired, and then keep it next to your bedroom table, so that you can dip in and out of it, so you can be filled with love and joy and abundance.
So just imagine, these are 49 chapters. So that is like literally almost 2 months. You can be inspired every day. Or even if you take it once a week, then this is like a year-long inspiration that you have. And for me, I have the book, ready since a few days, and it's actually on my office desk. And I just sometimes open it up to get some wonderful inspiration, and don't have to be the whole chapter. It just can be where you are, and that you're like, oh, this could be so beneficial for me. So that being said, I think we're actually ready for all the next episode already. So why don't we continue? Yeah. And our next episode, thank you, Lily. Yeah. So our next episode is actually about business and career advice. And we have Leah Goldenberg here. And I'm very excited that you're here because you have such a wonderful chapter. And you have this great quote, "I am the baseline." Can you explain how you can use this in your business and your team for creating a greater and a better business?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much also for this question. I love this sentence, "I am the baseline." It was great fun writing about it. Well, I have built and grown a successful law firm, and as we are mainly focused on startups, I am on a daily basis in contact with founders and CEOs with big, bright, bold visions for the world. So what I found is that people in these positions have one thing in common. Sooner or later, the needs of your business become quite demanding. And if you're running your own business, it's pretty likely that you have experienced moments that I describe in the book as the company becomes a sweet monster that drains your life energy. Well, sure, you have to try to avoid this, because as a founder or CEO, you are absolutely crucial for your company. You have to be in your power, you have to be present, you have to be connected with your intentions. So, and not to exhaust yourself. You have to find ways to balance the needs of your company with your own personal needs that you sure have as a human being. So what I found the most effective way to balance your needs with those of your company is to make yourself the baseline for every single decision you take for your company. Let's make it a bit juicy with some examples. Let's say you are searching for new premises. You're searching for a new office space for your company. If you apply this, ask yourself, what do I like most? And choose what you like most. Another example, let's say you are struggling with the question of whether a person fits into the team or not. Ask yourself, how does this person make me feel? Does this person make me feel good? Or let's say another example, you have a customer that causes you headache. Ask yourself the same question. Does this person make me feel good? And if no, let them go. This might sound bold or selfish, maybe, but let's look at the facts. Let's go them through. The new office space. As a CEO, you are the driving force, the visionary of your company. If you choose something that inspires you, it will be the best of all choices you can make, because it will then inspire and also fit the rest of your team. For sure it will. Let's look at the employee you are not sure about. Well, let's say you have someone in your team who's spreading a good mood and getting the things done, but it has a tendency to gossip, which you don't like. Do you really think that this, what you don't like, will not affect the others in the team? I think it will. It will do the same. So let's take a look at this customer, the headache customer. Let's say you have a customer who makes you feel like having swallowed stones every time you see his name in your inbox. Even if you are able to delegate these tasks committed to these customers, I'm sure that his negative energy will spread throughout your team. And this will affect everyone in your team as well as it does you. So, and this point is very interesting because it has also another layer. Still, if you see, still the most effective marketing is word of mouth. And it is natural that people always are surrounded by like-minded people. So if these customers that make you a headache recommend your firm to their peers and friends, these new clients will have a very similar mindset. This means for you, this will be a downward spiral. So I think it's a good approach.
Well, I love that idea, Leah, because you never think about that, right? That you're literally, that one client, you keep them on, or that one person, you keep them on, but it's actually, I would say the toxicity is passed on, and you need to step up to the next level. So I can't wait to hear more from you on the panel. Thank you so very much. And we are bringing in our next person, and that is Harry Sardinas. Hello, Harry, and welcome. And I have a question for you. Can you share with us how you can be the best version of yourself? And what are some of the steps which you need to take for this?
Thank you so much, Marie, for this question. And it's a pleasure and an honor for me to be in this broadcast today. I want to also thank all the co-authors of this amazing book, Global Conscious Entrepreneur. And I'm so proud to be part, not only about this book, but the movement itself. So how can we become the best version of ourselves? I think that the biggest problem that happen in the world, and this is the cause why we have wars, we have lack, we have poverty, is lack of leadership, right? So the most important thing that we have to work on in order to become the best version of ourselves is to become a great leader. And every single one of you listening to this broadcast is a great leader, because leadership is a skill. So leadership is not like people will born with this, because it's not talent-based. For example, if you're a good singer, this is a talent-based. Now, leader is a skill-based. So skill-based, what that means, leadership is like a skill-based. So for example, when you're swimming or when you drive a car, this is a skills. So what that means is the more you practice, the better you become. So in order for you to make a big difference in this plan, in order for you to make a big difference in this world, you have to become a great leader. And the only way that you can achieve that is by practicing. Even in this broadcast, we have an amazing leader like Marie Diamond and Lily, and they're very powerful. And you can see that in the way that they communicate and they express themselves. But they have done it so much that that's why they're showing up so powerful. So by you unfolding and becoming a great leader is going to be the first step. And you need to take leadership in your family, in your business, in your communities, helping each other. And the fastest way for you to become a great leader, become a great speakers. Because as we always say, speakers are leaders. And when you communicate your message effectively, and especially I want to send a big message to all women, because I agree with Harry 100%, we need more women on the stage.
Thank you so much, Harry. And I can't wait to have you with all your wonderful information on our panel. And congratulations on being part of the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book. We are now going to connect in with Charmaine Lang, and so wonderful to have you here. and being as part of the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book, I have a question for you. You have focused on creating a level of excellence in your life. How has this helped you in your business as an interior designer and known as a business coach?
Well, thank you, Marie. I'm so honored to be here today. You know, after 30 plus years of being an interior designer and a project manager in the construction industry, I've helped over 1,100 of my own clients plan and manage their projects, whether they're having a new luxury 15,000 square foot home, a major renovation, a condo building being built, or a simple kitchen and bath renovation. I've helped my clients really with success and helping them with a level of certainty and communication. And along that process, I really get to know my clients on a personal level, helping them make all those decisions. And I always wished that I had more training, more into personal development. And so after 30 plus years of being in the industry, I thought I would give back. I would start to package up my knowledge and experience and mentor other interior designers, property investors, whoever wanted to learn. And with that process, I myself became quite overwhelmed and I had to reach out and find a coach. And I didn't want just any coach. I wanted a high-level coach. So I found a certified high-performance coach. And that transformation in my own life, not only in my business, but my personal life, was so transformational for me that I thought, this is it. This is the personal development training that I need. So I'm thrilled to announce that a couple years ago, I became a certified high-performance coach. So not only do I continue to mentor other interior designers and construction industry professionals, but I can help anyone who wants to live their best life or show up as their best self. So whether you want to transition into your business, take your business to the next level, or if you want to start a new career, or even repair a relationship or get your health on track, the coaching program and method that I use is all backed by neuroscience, and it's very structured. So you can actually have a real transformation in as little as 12 weeks. And I actually have 3 tips here for the listeners today. And if you want to shift your life, and I know the world is really shifting, just visualize. Visualize what it is that you would like to shift in your life or repair. And there's real power in visualization, and even write it down, what you'd like to become or how you'd want to shift that. And the second tip I have is adapt a morning routine. For me, the first thing that I think about in the morning when I wake up is, what am I grateful for? You know, it might be for my grandchildren, or my career, or those fuzzy slippers waiting for me at the side of the bed. Our brain changes states from the time we're sleeping till the time we become awake. So we've just got that little 1 or 2 minute window for that. And that changes your energy for the day. And number 3 is take action. Find a certified high performance coach that can help you with your dreams and on your journey. And this is your year to make a change. You know, Marie, I really believe that the ability to reach a level of excellence in your life is, you know, still to prioritize your health and your relationships along the way. And that's really the secret to surpassing a life of just ordinary into an exceptional life.
Thank you so much for your contribution. And I am very happy that you shared this for you, because it's really helping many people, what you're doing and bringing in the world. And I'm just looking to bring in the rest of the people right now. So we're talking here about leadership, about excellence, about, you know, bringing the clients for you, and really like your amazing business advice. And I just, you know, what you were sharing, Charmaine, is about your coaches and your leaders. And so my first question is, all of you, have you experienced that having somebody that keeps you accountable, that keeps you focusing on growing and going to the next level, is that a coach or a mentor? Has that been helpful in your life? Leah.
Yes, thank you. Absolutely. That's such a wonderful question, because we, of course, can grow from insights we have, from lessons we learned. But it's so much easier and faster and much more lasting if you have a skilled person who adjusts to your personal needs and tells you what could be the next steps. And it's so helpful, so much easier, and so amazing. Absolutely. Coaching is really a great tool for you to comfort.
Thank you. Yes, I totally agree. Harry, have you had the same experience?
Oh yes, first of all, I just want to share with you that you, Marie Diamond, in my opinion, you are one of the founders of this movement that we call personal development, one of the greatest teachers, and you have been one of my biggest role models in terms of coaching and mentoring. When I train thousands of people all over the world, in Singapore, Mexico, Peru, here in United Kingdom, about growing the business, and over 1 million people online. And I always tell my clients, don't become a coach if you don't have a coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, and if you see the biggest multimillionaires in the world, doesn't have even one or two. Some of them, like Richard Branson, have more than 20 or 40 around them, helping them in very specific area. Because let's face it, all athletes, they get a gold medal, right? But they won't be able to achieve that if they don't have the coach next to them. Mm-hmm. So someone that keep you accountable, somebody to become like Marie Diamond for me, and Lily, like you're like a role model, right? I remember when I started my career, I remember the speech of Marie Diamond. I said, oh, one day I will speak in front of thousands of people like her, right? It was my dream, my role model, and today I'm doing it all over the world. So I think that when we see that someone achieves success, and you see it's a human being like you gain that power and use these role models in order to grow yourself, to feel more empowered. And this is the same, our mission as coaches and mentors is to do that specifically with entrepreneurs. Increase the level of social responsibility when they do business, not only making money. Guide them and mentor them in the right path so we can all live in a better world for the future. So I'm so grateful to be a part of this movement, Global Conscious Entrepreneur. I have a very, very touch my heart because of what represents the mission and the message that I share with all my clients around the world.
Thank you so much. And I think it's a very powerful statement. Don't be a coach if you don't have a coach, mm-hmm. right? That's one thing that I'm sure many will take away. Charmaine.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I can't agree more with Harry. Is every coach has a coach. We're all human. We all grow. We all want to show up as our best self. And I think investing in yourself and taking the time to really grow and learn, and life happens, and we just adjust along the way to be our best self. It's really rewarding to have a coach.
Yeah, thank you. Lily, is that also your experience?
There is incredible magic and power within yourself when you have the right mentor that inspires you with their words and their actions. And I'm personally very self-motivated and self-taught. Having said that, I've learned so much from you, and it's incredible the way that you do business and the way you take decisions so quickly, and how you operate, and what an amazing center of love and abundance and success you have created in this book. For example, in the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs group of entrepreneurs that have contributed to it. It's incredible, and I'm learning so much from you, and you are a really great role model for me. And I think every person needs to find that mentor that inspires them with their actions and their words, to be that magnetic brand, that luxury brand, to make a bigger difference worldwide.
Thank you. And so thank you all your kind words, but also this is a really important moment for, I think, a lot of the conscious entrepreneurs right now. I mean, there's so much shifting in the world, right? If it's the way you do business, definitely after COVID, so much has changed. A lot of entrepreneurs went into deep fear and a lot of changes, perhaps repositioning themselves, redirecting themselves. What they didn't love, and they were looking for something else. And I know some of you have done that already. But is there some advice you could give them for people that feel right now, as an entrepreneur, I'm doing certain things, but I feel like I'm still stuck, I don't grow, and I want to really go to perhaps another direction, becoming an entrepreneur in another field? Because a lot of now, as we speak of coaches, a lot of people are focusing on becoming coaches, for example, or becoming consulting, or go from a 9-to-5 corporate job into a consulting job. There's a lot of shift going on. Because a lot of people have been asking themselves the question, do I feel okay in what I'm doing? Do I feel good in what I'm doing? And so what is, like, when people are hesitating to do that shift, what advice would you give them? Leah.
Another wonderful question, really, because every one of us, we are all human beings, knows these moments where you feel stuck or are not sure whether you are on the right path or still on the right path, or would like to go another one. So my personal advice would be, and this: follow your soul, follow your soul's purpose. And well, me personally, I'm very passionate about it, because this one was a very tough one for me. If you are like I was, coming from a place, being a perfectly functioning robot in this world, having learned to function perfectly, it's really tough. It's not easy to find out what is it that my soul desires. And I was really lucky to have a great coach that led me on the right way. And I would love to share one tool that I still adore and do every day. Seriously. Start questioning everything, really everything that contains a you must or you are. Let's say, for example, you hear someone saying, no pain, no gain. It implies you have to work hard for your success. And if it doesn't hurt, it wasn't hard enough. So ask yourself, or say to yourself, this might be true for you, but do I choose that this is also true for me? And just listen inside. You will be amazed at how eager your soul takes its chance to finally be heard. Really, this tool is amazing. I love it. Have fun with it.
I love that. That's such a powerful question. I will definitely take that with me. Harry.
Yes, I think that the question is wonderful, because let's face it, we become, all of us, entrepreneur by accident, right? We develop a product, we sell it, somebody bought it, and there we go. Now we are in business, or we're an entrepreneur. And the biggest problem that we find is that all our friends are non-entrepreneurs. Probably our parents are non-entrepreneurs, and our life and our journey is start to become lonely, right? And this is a very common effect that happening in all the entrepreneurs around the world. I think that the power of networking and ideas like this one, like this Global Conscious Entrepreneur, for example, create a community, right? To people, I always share with the people that if you want to become a great entrepreneur, well, you need to hang out with 5 greatest entrepreneurs. If you want to become a successful mentor and coach, then you start to hang out with 5 successful mentors and coaches, right? So you have to, as an entrepreneur, you need to start to surround yourself with the community, with the right community that work for you, that have your same interests. I remember when I started my first business, I couldn't speak with any of my friends. Every time that I go out with them to the bar, and they were talking about their jobs, this and that. And I said, I have this problem with the client. I want to increase my sales. And they were looking at me and said, what are you talking about? So I realized very quickly that if I want to be in business, I have to change the environment. And I think that something so beautiful like this book, Global Conscious Entrepreneur, amplified that, because allow all of us as entrepreneurs be part of a community that all of us are entrepreneurs here, all of us have like a common goal to to not only grow a business, but also bring benefit to society in a responsible way, in the social way, and see my fellow co-authors here, how well they're doing, and the collaborations, and how much everybody's helping for each other is something that not even the biggest master in business and administration you can study in the university, you can benefit on. So my advice to you guys as an entrepreneur is like that: find your group, find your peers, find your community that have your same alignment, not only in business about making money, but have your same value, your same principle, your same final goal. And we all learning from each other, because at the end of the day, business is more about the collaborative effort than what can we do an individual. These terms, like such as competition, they are old terms, doesn't exist anymore. This is from the past. All the collaboration and the power of combined effort between entrepreneurs is what making these mega companies so big and so successful. So find your group, find your peers, be part of projects like that create networks, powerful networks in a common mission. And this is something that makes the biggest difference for me as an entrepreneur, as a mentor, and as a coach in my life.
Thank you so much. It's very powerful advice. And I've seen just from people, even if we are not physically together and we've been online together, that the global conscious entrepreneurs have already learned so much from each other just by energetically being together. And you, entrepreneur, just watching and listening to this conversation, you literally are in tune and connected with energetically with global conscious entrepreneurs. You're hanging out with us, literally, right? Not perhaps physically, but energetically you are. And just by listening to the stories and the information, it will open your mind, and some new ideas and new possibilities will come towards you, because you are listening to all people that here are mentors and coaches, because they have gone through the experience. Even if they're not your personal coach, they're sharing their wisdom with you. So Charmaine, any advice from that?
Yes, I think a lot of the world is stuck right now and has been. The first thing I would say is look at your life and what can you let go of? What should you let go of? Maybe it's people in your life. Maybe it's your thoughts in your mind. And then really believe in yourself. Go towards your passions. Really get in touch with what are your values, and have the courage and just trust in the process, and really seek out a coach that you can work with. If you have thoughts going on in your mind over and over that are negative and you just can't stop them, one thing that is really helpful is in that moment that you're aware of that is just to think of something that you're grateful for. You know, a little analogy is if you're going to sit down and watch a movie, you've got the remote control in your hand and you're scrolling and you're thinking, you know, what's my mood? What do I want to be in the mood for? Do I want to watch a romance? Do I want to watch a suspense? Whatever that is for the movie. And if you're watching that movie and you don't like the way you're feeling, you can just change the channel. So I encourage you to change the channel in your mind. If you have negative thoughts that are keeping you stuck, just change the channel. Think about something different, because whatever we focus on is what we get more of.
Wow. I love that. Just change your channel, right? Yeah. Not just on your television, but also in your mind and in the conversations around you. Lily, any feedback on this?
There is enormous power in reinventing yourself and your image. And how you can do that is by doing small things for yourself, whether it's rearranging your hair or doing your nails or wearing more vibrant colors that make you feel good. And when you do that, that's when you show up confidently. And it's much easier for you to do that transition from perhaps another job or from another business that wasn't lighting you up. And also be joyful, because when you are joyful, it's easier for you to connect with what truly makes you feel good. I find every time I'm joyful, it's almost like I get all these positive experiences and positive ideas come to me. And when I'm, negative, something bad happened in my life, then it's easier to attract negative people and, you know, scammers and bad situations. So it's all about changing that state so you can continue to be magnetic, so you can continue to be attractive, and also so you can be aligned with your true mission. And when you are joyful, it's easier for you to find that purpose that perhaps you've never managed to discover what it is. And when you are joyful, you become more magnetic, you know, more attractive, sexier. And it's almost like you feel more love, more self-love, and you connect with people that are helpful and supportive and kind. And that's when you get this massive opportunity to be part of Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book and associate with this incredible brand of Marie Diamond Publishing that I've already noticed has almost put like a stamp of approval on my work. And it's the same with the stamp of approval on the work of all of these incredible entrepreneurs. Now, don't you want a piece of that? I really think you do.
Thank you so much, Lily. But I really like what you were sharing about finding joy. But let's be honest, we are not always in a joyful place, right? And is there like one word or two words that you have to remind yourself, like, you know, when I'm not feeling joyful, right? For me, because these moments happen, not a lot anymore, but you know, there were moments that it was there, that I didn't feel uplifted. I didn't feel like I was moving forward in a good way, that I had a lot of challenges and setbacks. And we all have that as entrepreneurs. And so there was always a word for me that that was like saying to me, like, oh, I'm okay. Yeah. So for me, it was like, even if a challenge or anything was happening, I would say, I'm still safe. I'm still okay. I'm still safe. Yeah. So that was like my word, right? So is there something that you, like a word that comes up when you are not in that joyful moment, right? When you are in that setback, or a sentence that just helps you each time to click, yeah, or to be okay with things? Because I think that could be very helpful for the people listening. Harry.
Yeah, I think the most important is to work on ourselves. And for me, music, especially salsa, I like to dance salsa, is because I was born in Cuba. It reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me of the country where I grew up. So every time that I listen to this type of music, cheers me up and bring me back to this positive state, which is key when we are an entrepreneur. Is key because it's the only way that we will attract good clients and good people. If you're angry, if you're sad, and you don't work on yourself, and you keep in this state, you're gonna attract bad clients that they will complain, and they will make your business miserable.
So it can indeed be also music, and you are a great salsa dancer. I have seen that on stage. So, we're not going to ask that from you today, but hopefully one day when we are all together. Leah.
Yes, absolutely. I do have. And it's so interesting to hear that you also have one sentence or one word that inspires you in such moments. It's wonderful. For me, it's trust. Because I have a really deep trust in life, that life also always will lead somewhere, and this somewhere is always something positive. Either it's a lesson you are happy to have learned later on. Of course, it's at the moment maybe not so very pleasant, but I always trust that every situation, no matter how it feels at the moment itself, will lead to something very, very beautiful. So for me, it's trust.
Okay. Lily?
One important thing to change your state is to have movement and fun. So even if you've ever been depressed, which I have been, and you feel like you are so feeling in such a horrible state that you can't move your hand even, then move your finger. And when you can move your hand, then move your, your torso, move something from your body, move your hand, move your head, and then listen to a powerful music, like I'm simply the best, something to inspire you. So my word is definitely movement and fun. Even if you feel that you cannot move, you have to make an effort to get moving, whether it's walking, dancing, anything to get you moving, even if you don't feel like it.
Thank you. Very powerful. Tremaine?
It's being authentic and honest. Are you making the right decisions in that moment? Are you showing up as really your true self? And, you know, a lot of people really judge themselves, and you don't have to be anybody but you. You're already perfectly imperfect. So just be authentic, know that you're making the right decisions and showing up as your best self. And music for sure. The resonance of music really is powerful.
Thank you so much for this wonderful business advice, and good luck on your journey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, Lily. We're going to go to the next episode, and I think people on the back need some help from you. So hello, everybody. We are here now in our next group of co-authors of the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book, and it's the Mind, Body, and Soul Healing Group. And we're so excited to have the first person coming in. Hi, Kyung-Ri. Lovely to have you here. And so amazing you're part of our book. And I would like to share you a question. You have used food as a medicine in your journey to heal chronic diseases. Can you share with us some steps to start towards your own healing process?
Yes, Marie, I would love to share some easy tips that everyone can do at home. And, you know, first of all, what everyone should be aware of is that every single bite that you take and put into your body is making an energetic difference in how you feel every minute and every hour of the day. So, you know, the easiest thing that you can do, whether you're eating pizza or chicken nuggets or, you know, whatever favorite food you're having, simply just add some green vegetables. You know, leafy green salads are great in the summers. You know, in the winter months, I would suggest cooked kale or, you know, spinach or any kind of green leafy vegetables that you can get your hands on. That will actually help detox your body of all of the toxic chemicals that come along with the processed foods and the highly unhealthy foods that we are constantly consuming. The other thing that you can do is to hydrate your body. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. And if you can add some lemon to that, that will also help your body detox the chemicals that it is constantly being bombarded with. So, you know, those are a couple of the things that you can do to help your body feel great and detox any of those chemicals that may leave you feeling negative and a little sluggish, a little tired, things like that.
Amazing. And so this has been your background, and we can read all about that in the book. And I'm thinking that these are simple steps, perhaps for some people, but if you can, it's about doing that continuously. Is that correct?
Yes, it's, you know, really just trying to make an effort to make it something that you do for every single meal that you have. And, you know, honestly, there's so many different products out there that I've simplified it and made my own okay to eat grocery list, which everyone can find on my website. And, you know, this kind of cuts the work out for you, where you could just literally go to my free list of grocery items that are okay to eat and healthy to eat. And there's links where you can just click on the link and order it through, you know, whatever website it's available on. And that cuts out a lot of the time, because a lot of people are busy and working and, you know, don't necessarily have the time to invest in looking for all of these healthy products. So you can, you know, easily do that with my free grocery list on my website.
Amazing. I think that's a great idea. And so you are bringing this work forward to the people worldwide, and I'm so happy that you are part of the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs. Okay, thank you. And we're looking for our next speaker.
Thank you.
Hello, Susie. So lovely to have you here. I would love to ask you, as a co-author of the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book, can you share how sound can help women and men to heal their past wounds, and how they can start with sound?
Yes, thank you, Marie, so much. I'm so super excited to be here. Sound therapy is so exciting to me. I literally want to shout about it from the rooftops, but I'm afraid of heights. So I'm super grateful that you let me here on this platform. This is a much better way to get my message out. So yeah, with wounds, anytime you have a wound, whether it's mental or physical, it creates an energy blockage in your body. And as long as you have that energy blockage, the trauma and pain will remain. Sound frequencies can free up that blockage and release you from that trauma or that wound. In fact, the right sound can literally heal your life. That's why I became a sound therapist and how I beat lupus. I was a caregiver for over 20 years, and there were two life-changing things that go unmentioned in our healthcare system today that I wish I knew way back then. And one is you are made up of electricity, magnetism, and light. And frequencies are nutrients. I want to repeat that one. Frequencies are nutrients. This was life-changing for me. And when you start taking care of your electric body, that's when true healing begins. And I want to give you a quick analogy on that. Imagine your car and you have a rocking paint job, new tiles, new tires, you're filled with gas, and you just had an oil change, but your battery is dead. How far do you think you're going to get on that? Not very. And we're no different. And my understanding and excitement for this is what led me to create the Blueprint of Happiness, which incorporates sound therapy, mindset techniques, and art to charge your body and literally make your soul sing. And if you want to start sound therapy, the first thing to do is to get a voice frequency test. A voice frequency test will show you what frequencies your body needs to become more coherent, more energized, and healthier. Your voice is the composite of all the frequencies in your body, and it'll tell you what frequencies, now remember, frequencies are nutrients, your body needs. The voice test will break your voice frequencies into 12 notes and give you a print of how to get these note frequencies through music, color, essential oils, and gemstones. So your treatment plan could look like this. Listen to Schubert's Ninth Symphony. Wear a green shirt. Look at the color red and smell peppermint essential oil. It's about adding more music, color, and scent to your life. Sound therapy is a party for your senses. There are no drugs needed, and there are no side effects. Well, actually, let me rephrase that part. There's one serious side effect, if you can handle it, and that is happiness. The side effect of sound therapy is happiness and is highly contagious. And my goal here today is to spread that. So I want to leave you all with something you can do right now that instantly makes you feel happy, and that is to hum. Humming increases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals we all love. And I want everybody to hum on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Because besides humming, I have a surprise gift for you to make you even happier. I'm so driven on this mission to get sound therapy into everyone's life that I'm giving everyone here a free voice frequency test and free music in this special note. So join me, and let's please bring the world peace and harmony. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Susie, so let's do the humming right now.
Okay.
Why don't you lead? I mean, there are people listening. Why don't we just do that right now?
Okay, so all you're going to do, actually, I do something that's even cool. I do a bumblebee breath with the hum. So I'm going to have everyone, you're going to put your fingers by your ears, and we can slip your fingers under your glasses and close your eyes. And you're just going to take an inhale for like a count of 5. And when you exhale, you're going to sound like a bumblebee, and you're going to go, and then you're going to take another inhale for 5.
Let's do that again.
Wow, so inhale for a count of 5. And exhale. And inhale one more time. when you do this, besides the endorphins, it also creates nitric oxide, and nitric oxide opens up all your vascular system and helps you breathe. It oxygenates your blood, and it just gets you all charged up.
Thank you so much. And I felt right away so centered and so peaceful. Thank you very much. And, you know, how can we not be global conscious entrepreneurs and do the humming connection with you and your sound? Thank you very much for sharing this.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we have our next speaker. We have Yvonne. Lovely, lovely to have you here. And I just can't wait to have your answer. And I hope you're doing well.
Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you, Marie.
Amazing. And your question is, can you share with us how healing your inner child and reflecting on the experiences that shape you can bring your health to another level? Because as conscious entrepreneurs, we need to have good health.
Yes, of course. And I think everyone is in need of some healing of their inner child. I always use the metaphor, you are a circle, the circle of life. But during life can also cause conditions around, angles around the square. And those angles are conditions. And those conditions stands for emotions. And emotions you get in life through your parents, through your friends, through school, through work. But in a certain time, you feel that those angles do not actually belong to you. They are not who you really are. And you want to get rid of it. And that's when your journey starts of healing your inner child. And that's what I've been doing. And you can see it as peeling off an onion. Peeling off an onion takes effort, takes tears, unfortunately. But in the end, when you cook the recipe, it tastes nice, it's good, like. And that's the same with healing your inner child. When you have done the effort, when you have let the tears go, your life becomes so much easier. And I always say it's you are the creator of your own life. You're the director of your own movie. And with your thoughts, you can create a beautiful garden full of blossoms, flowers, but also a garden full of weeds. So yeah, full of weeds has no use, and it's not that what makes you happy, right? And being a healthcare practitioner, I look at the mental side of your health, but also at the physical side of your health. I use 2 medical devices with what I can scan your whole body. So we get a complete insight in how healthy you are. So not only mental part, when your inner child is healed, but also your physical part. So one scan, I have to connect you with the scan, and with the other scan, I can do it through voice. And that's beautiful what Susie just said. Your voice is responding and is representing everything actually what's going on in your system. So becoming better in your health is also getting a better wealth.
Wow, this is very powerful. And so you feel also that, you know, right now in the world, we're going to a new, more conscious health service, or taking more conscious care of our health. Is that what you experience?
Yeah, I think we are becoming much more aware nowadays of what's going on in our system, and thanks to social media and thanks to the internet and YouTube, we can do a lot of meditations, and yeah, I think healing yourself should be a big part of your system and of your goal, because a better health makes a way better world and a better life for yourself too. So what I see worldwide is that indeed we are becoming way more aware of what we are, how we are, and where we want to be at.
Okay, thank you so much, and we'll see each other at the panel. And now we are connecting in with one of our other authors. Okay, so we are waiting for that person to come in. Oh, there he is. So lovely. Hi, Tom. Wonderful to have you here. And you have a very unique business, conscious business. And I would love to ask you a question about that. And that is, can you share how trees are important for your health, wealth, and well-being? And what can we do right now to support the planet?
Good afternoon, Marie. Good evening and good afternoon, everyone on the live stream. Yes, my day job is a tree consultant. I inspect trees and produce reports for clients. But I'm passionate about trees. Passionate, obsessed. It's a fine line, but I'll go with passionate. And I think they're incredibly important for us. And I know this from personal experience, how they're important for my health, my wealth, and most importantly, my well-being, my mental well-being, because I have a personal experience that I share in the book. But it's important for all of us. And we kind of were aware of that a little bit during the lockdown, because it was taken away from us. And all of a sudden, people weren't allowed out. But what some people did, they broke out to be in the parks. They were breaking the law, but they needed to get that nature fix, that vitamin N. And even the law-abiding people amongst the society still missed it. So when they were allowed out, they craved nature and trees. And they noticed trees right outside their house. They never noticed it before. 40, 50 years old, been there all the time, but they suddenly became aware of it. And that's because we do need nature. We do need nature in our cities. There's a famous biologist, TV presenter in Britain, David Attenborough, globally famous, I think. And he at the moment is going around telling people about the importance of nature in our cities, because we need to know that. Because wildlife is struggling in cities. It's not the environment for them. And we know that about wildlife. But we should know about ourselves, really, because it's not the environment for us either. We're struggling. We've got more mental health than ever, mental ill health than ever before. That's what people are off sick for, because they haven't got this connection with nature. This, it's visual. It's taking away the stress of everyday life, but it's more than that. It's a chemical interaction. The pheromones from the trees reduce our cortisol levels. The Japanese have measured this. They put sensors on people in the woodland doing forest bathing and found out they were relaxed. Wow, what a surprise. What a shock. All the millions of people that go to the woodlands every weekend to relax and are aware of this. And we just need to become more aware of that, because we know we need it. But now the lockdown's over, we've gone back to being busy. We've lost sight of it. We just take it for granted because it's there. But we need nature in our cities, where we're working, where we're living, to make our environment better. For our health, yes, and our wealth. It increases values, but most importantly for our mental well-being. This is incredibly important. And that's my message today. That's my message in the book. And it's my message in my upcoming book, Tree Economy. That's my solo book, if you like. And that's coming out later this year. A long-awaited book, but definitely on the cards.
Amazing. And thank you for reminding us as conscious entrepreneurs that we have to be staying connected with nature, right? And that brings us healing. And we, of course, after the COVID time, we forgot again, because we were back in our busyness of as entrepreneurs, but we have to really keep taking time of being with nature. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I think it's time for our panel. Amazing. Thank you so much. And so that being said, mental health right now is something that is crucial. And I'm sure you all experience that for yourself, but the three of you that are here that are really healers, have you seen that there's an increase in, that the mental health issues under entrepreneurs? And I know you all have solutions for that, but is there perhaps one tip that you can give that people can start doing right away? Yvonne.
Well, what I think what's very important is that everyone should start with meditations. Daily meditation, even if it's 5 minutes, it works very well. And everyone who's busy, like an entrepreneur, said, yeah, but I don't have time. Well,
oh, we just lost her. Okay, so let me continue that question to Susie.
Oh, hello. I'm going to go with my number one tip, which was humming, but there's also another one I can tell you too. I tell people to make a soundtrack for their life, the same way a movie has a special soundtrack and it creates the mood for the movie. You can do that for your day or your life and say, well, this is the type of day I'm going to have, so what should my playlist be? And then when you follow that playlist, your mood goes along with it, just like it would in a movie. And it's so much fun. And it's why I like soundtrack, because it's all about adding more spice to your life, more color, more music, more scent. So it's all things that are fun. So create a playlist for your day, and that'll get you out of any type of mood that you're in. And I'll give you one example. If you're stuck in traffic, a lot of times people are like, oh my God, I can't wait to get home. I hate traffic. But then all of a sudden, a really good song comes on. And now you're approaching home, and the song is so good, you drive around the block again because you want to continue to hear that song. That's how fast it changes your mood. You go from, to, I want to stay here and listen more. So music.
Amazing. Yes. Lovely. Okay. Okay. So Tom, any feedback?
Yeah, no, drawing on what our other two panelists have said about meditation and music, my advice would be to be present. And I fall foul of this. I struggle with meditation, just being, not thinking of anything. I like the guided meditations, which you've shared with us and other people have, and that helps me. But being in nature is my meditation. And it's just about being present, being aware of where you are, not being busy, rushing off, thinking of the next things you've got to do, but just appreciating where you are, what you've got already. More things aren't going to make you happy. Just appreciate what you've got, your health, and all your possessions, what you have, but just be grateful for where you are, because we're all in a pretty good place comparatively to where other people are in the world. We just be grateful, thankful, and be present. And I think that's appreciating nature as well. And then you're more likely to retain that nature, which is my real mission.
Thank you. So Yvonne, going back.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my phone went dead, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Answer the question.
Yeah, like I said before, it's so important to do meditation, and yeah, like Tom said, maybe it's not something for you, but there are a lot of guided meditations on YouTube, and so there's always a way to meditate, and even just be still. If I'm in the bus or in the train and I just close my eyes and be still and go into my own thoughts, that really calms me down in this very hectic world what we are living in. And especially in London here, we live in a fast-paced world, and that's why you need every time a bit of time out for yourself. Do some meditation or just close your eyes 5 minutes a day.
Thank you so much, Marie. Anything that you could contribute for the entrepreneurs out there that are so much in stress and they are really challenged with their mental health?
Yes, absolutely. I think, myself living in Manhattan and dealing with all of the constant, energy and the hustle and bustle of everyday life, I know exactly how that can get to people, very quickly. So, what I tend to do when I'm feeling overwhelmed and, I feel ungrounded and like my chakras are out of balance, I'll just drive to the nearest forest. And it could be 30 minutes away, an hour away. And it's, in Japan, they call it forest bathing. It's actually been scientifically proven. when you go to a forest and you spend, you know, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, at least once a month, what ends up happening is it decreases the cortisol levels in your body and overall makes you feel happier, lighter, less stressed. It brings up your mood. It elevates, you know, all of the happy hormones in your body. It's a very, very easy, quick way without having to do anything yourself, but just putting yourself into a forest and breathing in all of the beneficial bacteria of that forest will, you know, brighten your mood and make you extremely happy, and you will leave that forest feeling like a totally different person. So
thank you so much for sharing. That is exactly what Tom has been his big mission, and it was really interesting because I'm originally from Belgium, and so every weekend on Sunday we had a choice: or we went to the beach, or we went to the forest. Yeah, and so that's what we did as a family. We would always go, you know, out of our houses and go into nature, whatever that is for you, right? Even if it's just walking 5 minutes around the block, to just change your energy, to change your chi, because sometimes we're so stuck, and especially as entrepreneurs, we're sometimes hours in front of a computer, yeah, or doing all our calls and doing our coaching or doing or healing sessions, or whatever products and services you're doing, and to just regularly say we're taking a break. And that is exactly what we sometimes need, to just stand up, change the movement, go to do something else, because we're sometimes so focused and so, um, you know, getting things done, but we literally forget that we are a living, breathing energy field, and that needs to be supported and, I would say, energized all the time. Yeah. And I think sleep is also another one that I think we need to not forget. You know, even before our conference today, I had a very busy week and had a very busy morning. And I was like, okay, let me take 5 minutes. I literally, I sometimes take 20 minutes to just close my eyes, or to, if I fall asleep, great, to just like reconnect with who I am and what I am. And that can be helpful. Lily, what is your routine? What is your practice for that? Nothing to do with business, but just for you on a personal level.
Overwhelm and burnout are massive problems for me on a recurring basis. And that's why I have multiple strategies for mental health. One is hugging trees in the park, going for a walk, praying, dancing, and being happy for no reason at all. Dancing in my pajamas late at night, especially when I do something, you know, for example, when I finish a project, I celebrate it properly. Singing, for example, Simply the Best or anything that's an empowering song. I get a lot of Reiki healing, in distance Reiki healing from multiple healers. So because I always operate at like 1,000%, I get burnt out a lot. So these are some of the strategies that I use on a recurring basis.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for the panel. We're actually going to do exactly that. We're going to stop for 15 minutes before we go into our last episode, because we have been, the whole team has been sitting for a couple of hours. So we need to step up and go and drink something and do something. So, but I would love for you to all stay. Keep your this on. There's people that are live on the call, of course. And so if you haven't bought the book Global Conscious Entrepreneurs, it's available on Amazon worldwide. And it is both on Kindle, and there's special prices for the people live on the call for Kindle, and for the paperback. There was to really, so you can pre-order. It will be launching completely on the 21st of March. But already you can order that right now and pre-order. Lily, one final talk, and then we have a 15-minute, a little break.
So for those of you that are still thinking whether you should grab this this book, Global Conscious Entrepreneurs? Well, the good news is that it's still available for you to purchase. Go to mariediamond.com/GCE and you'll see there the multiple Amazon links for the multiple countries you may be in, and purchase it right now so you can make a bigger difference to yourself and your community, your family, and your business. And it's so exciting to have you here, to be so committed to your own development in your own business, in your own life, so that you are here on a Saturday evening, or we don't know what time it is in your country, but you are here committed to your personal success and your personal abundance and flow. So thank you so much for doing that.
Okay, so from now on, we take 15 minutes, and I see you all back for our last panel that will be about your relationship with food. And we have amazing speakers. Hello, this is Marie Diamond, and welcome to our last session of today. So, tomorrow we have day 2 of our global conference, Global Conscious Entrepreneurs Conference at the same time. So, it is, you will see tomorrow on YouTube the link pop up to be public with us, and the people who have registered got our second link. So, look in your email for it. So our last episode is, last but not least, as they say, is our relationship with food. You know, as conscious entrepreneurs, we need to really especially take care of our body, and food is of course crucial for that. So our first speaker can come in. Aloha.
Aloha.
So wonderful to have you here, Olelo.
Mahalo.
And we have a question for you, because you're a master chef in Hawaii. Can you share with us how we can connect with the essence of energy of food and uplift our lives with food as conscious entrepreneurs?
Well, aloha, Marie. Mahalo, and thank you for that question. Who out there is feeling low energy, depressed, bloated, heavy, stressed? Well, today I'm going to give you a few tips in tapping into the energy and essence of food. First, I meditate, which brings calmness. And if you don't know how to meditate, be mindful of your breath and slow it down. Then I talk to my subconscious. In Hawaiian, we call our unipili. I say, I love you, thank you, moment to moment. By doing this, is creating a relationship with our inner child. This is the key to unlocking the brilliance in each one of us. We start making better choices and decisions about what food to eat, how to prepare it, and more. I also talk to the food. I say, I love you, thank you. And this increases the energy and frequency of the food. Lastly, I use all my senses mindfully, like smelling this orange, taking a bite into it, enjoying the juiciness of it. It takes me to a state of bliss and appreciation. Food is reverent. Whole food is natural medicine that is nutritious and has more life force than processed food. Start asking yourself, is this food I'm eating giving me energy or depleting my energy? Another thing is talk to your money. Money has energy too. Ask your money if you want to spend it towards doctor bills or use it on a relaxing vacation like to Hawaii. It is time to take charge of our health. Wouldn't you want to live a purposeful and amazing life? This is what I do as an energy holistic coach. I facilitate one journey in becoming whole again. So everyone, let's raise our energy, experience joy, and feel whole again. Let's do it together. From Hawaii, mahalo. Thank you, and o ka maluhea no me oi. May peace be with you.
Thank you so much, Olelo. And, you know, for just your sharing to become more reverent to food. And especially as entrepreneurs, we don't always take time to eat. And so at that moment when we eat, that we really take the connection with food, you know, more seriously, and knowing that that will feed us. And I can't wait to the questions in our panel. Thank you.
Mahalo.
Mahalo. And now we have Teresa. And hi, Teresa. And we are talking today with you. And I think it's so important, the healing that you're bringing in your work. And the question I have for you is a deep question, I think. And I loved your chapter in the Global Conscious Women. And as a menopause coach, can you share with us how women can feel fulfilling their potential even when they are growing older?
Yes, thanks, Marie, for having me on here. I'm so excited to be included in this book. Is such an honor for me. Unexpected opportunity that I took advantage of when you asked if I wanted to be in the book. So for me, I think one thing that we need to remember as women, and as we're going through perimenopause and menopause, is that one, which is a major thing, our life is not over. It's not over, ladies. It's just beginning. So I think it's very important for women not to give up, even though we're going through a lot of different issues that perimenopause can cause. And 85% of women do have symptoms. The lucky 15% don't. And I have some friends that never had any issues at all. I think that it's important that we know that we still have potential. We still need to be doing things. Our life is not over. And just a quick little story for me, what happened was I was on a very low level hormone replacement therapy pill that was discontinued during COVID. And I had never felt anxious before like I did then. My medication was cut off with no advance notice. My doctor closed shop and my primary care physician retired. At the same time, I had a good friend, my coworker was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And I found myself crying over nothing on my yoga mat. And what I decided to do is, as I was crying over nothing, because my hormones were so messed up, I just took a deep breath and thought to myself, what are you crying about? You have a coworker that would trade places with you in a second. In a second, she would change her life for my life. And so I snapped out of it. And that is when I came to, I don't know, something just came in my mind that other people were having trouble. And I came up with a 4-step program called SNAP. And S is just self-awareness, because we are going through perimenopause and menopause. So you're having all these fluctuations of your hormones. So be self-aware of it. And then the N is nourishing, because you need to nourish yourself, not only your mind, your body as well. A is activate your body, activity. And then P is passion. Live your life with passion. And I decided to do a full marathon. So I had done, now I've done 86 and a half marathons. So I decided to do a full marathon, which I started with the biggest one in the world, which is New York City. Why not just start with the big one? So I did that in November this past year, and I had 8 weeks to get ready for it. But I wanted to show that even at my age, look at this opportunity that I was given, 8 weeks to prepare, and I just did it. Anybody can do it. I can't hear you. I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Marie.
So yes, thank you so much for sharing your information. And, you know, we talk also about a relationship to our body, to the food that we have. And so I would love to bring Olelo in. Yeah. So we see that we really, as women and men entrepreneurs, we need to really take care of ourselves. Yeah. And I think that is probably, I've talked to over, thousands of entrepreneurs in my life, and even myself as an entrepreneur, that we just forget sometimes that how important our body is, our vessel is, and how we can feed it. Yeah. And how we can nurture it in so many ways. And it's with food, it's with the right hormonal state, doing the right things with exercise. So you know, where can people start? I mean, you know, you all have such a wonderful tips and information, but where can we really start with this? Teresa, what is it for you that you can share with people?
Well, I think what you need to do is just take tiny little steps. Don't try to change everything at one time, because you can't do it. It's just being unreasonable with your own self. And so you're going to end up beating yourself up. Just make tiny changes, add more fruits and vegetables. Don't take away food, just add food to what you're already eating. Because once you start eating better food, then you're going to start making better choices. And when you make better choices, your activity level will go up and you'll just feel better about yourself.
Okay, so I will take the little steps before I run the New York Marathon.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big one. Olelo, what is like a first step that people can do?
Okay, first is to be mindful and aware, and I would support our local farmers, because without our farmers, I get very emotional. We wouldn't have good food. So we need our politicians to help support farming, because we need to know that this is a key thing. And we're having and seeing less farmers farm these days. So we need to support that. And really supporting them is buying locally grown fresh food. So that's a start.
Yes.
Thank you. Mahalo.
Thank you so much. And thank you for all your great work that you're doing. And being part of the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs. Your stories are amazing. And thank you for this. And I'm going to now bring in a video of another person that was not able, because of time zone, to share her story. So we pre-recorded it. This is going to be Nicole Fritz from Tasmania. I'm so excited today to share with you this wonderful lady from Tasmania, and she's one of the co-authors of our Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book. And she's been in my life for a couple of years, and she has really helped me to understand that we need to take care more of, you know, our body, our food, but also how we in our own space can really help the planet. And so, Nicole Fritz, I'm so excited you're here. And my question to you is, as a sustainability expert, can you share with us how food can save our planet? And what are the first steps you can take in your own home and family to do that?
Thanks so much, Marie, for asking such a fantastic question. Well, as Marie said, I'm Nicole Frith, and I'm a food sustainability expert. So as we know, food is a part of everyone's life. And the choices we make around what we eat can have a huge impact on the planet. Here's an interesting statistic. 1/3 of the world's food that gets produced goes to waste. So that food waste gets turned into greenhouse gases. And those greenhouse gases, if they were a country, would be the 3rd largest producer of greenhouse gases in the world. Such a massive problem, isn't it? Yet, it's huge, yes. Yet it's so easy to fix. Think about where you source your food from. Is it sustainably sourced, or is it from large chain supermarkets? So as a food sustainability expert, having educated thousands and thousands of clients through my business, as well as working with many celebrity chefs, it's become incredibly apparent to me as to how very detrimental industrial food production is for our planet. Here's an interesting example. Upon harvesting thousands and thousands of tons of fruit and vegetables are piled up and discarded before they've even left the fields. So this is a massive problem, and it's all to do with the fact that the food is aesthetically not perfect. Yeah, so a huge waste problem. All of this is largely driven by big chain supermarkets demanding that farmers provide them with aesthetically perfect food, regardless of nutritional value or taste.
Okay.
So that's basically where it all stems from. So how do we turn this situation around? I think the first place to start is by supporting local businesses in your area. I think that's local is key, such as farmers markets, organic stores, community gardens, local small scale growers and producers. That's a fantastic way to start. Secondly, I think it's fantastic to try growing your own food. It's so much easier than you think, really is. And I think the key to this is really start growing something that you absolutely love. So what is it that you love? Choose one thing, and what is it for you? For me, it started off with actually just some beautiful fresh herbs. And you can grow these on your windowsill. I'm a big fan of parsley, and I love fresh basil to go with beautiful fresh tomatoes from the garden. Those are just like sublime. So that's sort of like a fantastic way to start. So you can actually grow those on your windowsill all year long, winter, summer, particularly basil. That's actually you can grow that on your windowsill throughout winter. It's normally a summer harvest crop, so it's fantastic. You can harvest it all year round and use it in the kitchen. Another way to try growing your own food, or actually trying to sort of like solve this problem that we've got, is utilizing food waste and growing your own from food waste. So it sounds a little bit out there, but hear me out here.
Well, I love that. And the basil, I actually started doing that since I know you. So I love basil. So I have always fresh basil in my house and some other herbs. As I don't think that I have green fingers. So, but perhaps we all have that. But there's just such a small steps that we can do that can make a huge difference. And we all have, not just where you live, but everywhere else, we have organic produce. We just have to look for it. And I know there are even in certain countries apps for it that people can look for where they are, or even at the restaurants who are using organic food. There are some possibilities to find that out. So thank you so much for sharing. It was a real eye-opener when I met you and all the information you have given me. And I'm also so excited people can read about your expertise and how through your expertise as a sustainability expert, you have really grown a very beautiful, conscious business that has reached thousands of people and really even impacted with your advice restaurants, from different countries that really are changed their way of bringing food on the table, even setting up their own gardens. And I know there's so much information that you can find also in the book, The Global Conscious Entrepreneurs, and on your website. So thank you so much, Nicole. It's always been enlightening, and you're such a beautiful soul and so beautiful light and such a joy to always be with. And if we all just would follow your expertise and all become like you, this radiant woman, then we're not just having to save our planet, we become shiny and glorious at the same time. Thank you so much, Nicole, and I'll see you later on. Bye.
Thanks, Marie. Thank you so much.
So, Lily, we are coming to the end of day 1, and we have heard of this amazing conscious entrepreneurs sharing their story of different fields, and we have learned to know them. So we would definitely suggest you check out the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs. Under each chapter, you find where you can find out more about them on social media, their website, the gifts they're giving, or just being inspired by their stories. So go on Amazon worldwide right now, and just find out how they can inspire you in your business. Even if you're not in a business, they will still inspire you with all their tools and information.
Every single story that is shared in the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book contains valuable information, valuable systems that you can leverage in order to get the right results in your business, and a lot of techniques for having more fun, and more techniques about how you can have a bigger contribution than you ever thought possible. And with all of those tools and strategies and techniques, you will be able to take your life and your business to the next level, so you can attract more flow, more abundance, more success, more health, potentially a loved one, and absolutely everything that you desire.
Thank you so much for that. And I would like to close off our intention of this morning, where we put in the intention we would connect a ripple effect of global consciousness through entrepreneurship. And we want to express our gratitude for people that were here with us, that are watching, that are listening, and sharing the global conscious movement, so that we all are inspired to be better entrepreneurs and to reach out more people with our impact. So thank you for this, and see you on day 2. So see you on our next steps.